Jones. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
When luxury meets opportunity, the time is now at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. This month, your dream car is closer than ever before. Imagine driving home in a Mercedes-Benz with rates as low as 2.99% on select models. But hurry, these exclusive rates are only available through May 31st. From the refined C-Class to the bold GLE, this is your chance to experience the elegance and performance of Mercedes-Benz at an unparalleled value. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge today.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Claire. She loves her motorcycle, and she's learned to love the insects she encounters on her rides. She may not know the difference between a gnat and a mosquito at 55 miles per hour, but she does know one thing. It's always gross when one flies into her mouth. But she's so used to it that it's weird when it doesn't happen. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back with comprehensive and collision coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, May 30th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies this afternoon with a high of 86 in hour one of today's show. Jake Hester back in studio. He'll recap SEC spring meetings. We'll talk the Baton Rouge Regional and discuss regional play across all of college baseball. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench.
This is what we have been waiting for. The hype is over.
Off the Bench.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester.
Yo, and welcome in. It is OTB here on a Friday morning. Let's get the weekend vibes going already, even at 7:01 a.m. Jake, Alondra, and Tay-Tay here with you. And we've got a big show planned. Kind of a purgatory last couple of weeks, really. I've been hosting solo a couple of weeks ago. Tay-Tay took over. He was hosting solo. Of course, Alondra's been here holding it down the entire time, but today is the last day before we really start the new OTB. Now, Flynn is going to be in at 9 a.m., and we're going to have a lot of fun that hour. Alondra's put it great, or whoever put it in the document, probably Alondra. It's the Matt Flynn kickoff party. Was that you, Tay-Tay? All right, well done, because that's what it is, the last day before, we start the new OTB. Excited about that. Alondra, Tay-Tay been holding it down. How's it been? How we doing? How we feeling?
Good. Really excited to get the weekend started. I feel like even though we had a short week, it's kind of been a long one. But yeah, glad you're back. Glad that Matt starts on Monday. It'll be good to get out of, like you said, purgatory, because it really has been like you for a week, Tay-Tay for a week, and then he comes in sporadically. But it'll be good to kick off the new OTB.
Yeah, and get back into our routine.
Yeah.
Of what we expect every single day.
Right.
I am excited about that.
Excited for some LSU baseball.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get out to the box this weekend. But in classic Matt Flynn fashion, he is going to start, go out of town for a week, come back, and then go out of town for another week. But we already knew that whenever he accepted the job. He's turning 40. Just like your boy turned 40 a couple of weeks ago.
He's going to be a man now.
Finally. God, I've been waiting for that. I mean, he's just such a little boy. I think he's 6 weeks behind me, so I definitely got seniority on him. But yeah, he's going to be out. But, again, next week will feel different. Very excited about it. Flynn's fired up. We got a bunch of different things that we're talking about, trying to kind of work through and segment ideas and different things. So it's going to be a lot of fun next week. Going to be fun here today. Tay, how we doing? I hadn't seen you in forever. How was vacation? How was hosting over the last, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So last 3 days?
Yeah.
Hosting was good. I mean, Landra helped out a lot. Jordan helped out a lot as well.
Jordan and Tay in the same room?
Yeah.
Yesterday, our entire first segment was Jordan getting his keys stolen.
Yeah.
And we got into Diddy, the opening segment, the day before that. So we
Because
through
Jordan
some
came in with his pants
days.
unzipped.
He decided 30 seconds before the show started to go pee. Then halfway through, he panicked, didn't think he was going to make it back in time, so just ran out without his pants up.
Unbuttoned, unzipped, just walked in the studio.
So it was a wild 3 days. We had some fun though.
You never know with Jordan.
Nah, you don't. Hopefully everybody else had fun as well. The vacation was great, Jake. Not gonna brag. I have been confused with Enrique Iglesias about 3 times since I got back on trip. We're looking a little tan over here. Okay,
at first I was like, wait, what?
Not to toot the own
white
horn or anything, but we are.
He got a little tan.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What beach did you go to?
We just went to Orange Beach.
Orange Beach. All right. I wasn't that far from you.
No, you weren't.
In Destin.
You probably got there when I came. I came home. We drove home Monday morning, so you probably got there.
Yeah, we're kind of passing in the wind.
Yeah.
I was at SEC spring meetings over the last 3 days, and it's just different. It's not media days. It is 3 days full of meetings, and it's at the Sandestin Hotel, and it's just different. It's hard to explain because you've got media, national media that has to sit and wait in this hotel lobby. They can't cross a certain section, and they just sit there all day long and just wait for a quote. And when the coaches and the ADs, so if you don't know, spring meetings is all of the football coaches, all the men's and women's basketball coaches, and all the athletic directors. And they just sit there, and they're hoping that they're going to get something from these coaches. I mean, some of these coaches are really good at finding different ways to exit the hotel and not walk by who they have to walk by. I mean, some are elite at it. And so you might sit there all day, and you might not get anything. Now, luckily for us at SiriusXM, we are a partner of the SEC, and so we get to go where they go. We get a chance to go have breakfast, go have lunch with all these coaches and ADs, and it is just fascinating to kind of see where their mind's at, what the coaches are thinking, what the ADs are thinking, and a lot of times it's going to be different. I mean, coaches want different things than athletic directors. Then, we have kind of a makeshift studio down at the hotel as well, and I can't thank the coaches and ADs enough because they don't have to do that. It's not something that's in their contract, but they have to come, past there. They'll see us, and they'll always come and give us 10, 15, sometimes even 20 minutes. And so it was very insightful. And then we have on Tuesday night, there's a little steakhouse / bar where there's a mixer. And in that mixer, you can see Kirby Smart chopping it up with Eli Drinkwitz. You can see Shane Beamer and Jeff Levy chopping it up. And you'll see, Brian Kelly and Billy Napier and Clark Lee, all these coaches kind of getting together, letting loose a little bit, having a lot of fun. So it's my favorite event that I get a chance to cover just because, as I said, it is so different than anything else we do. There's not a game in sight, which I think is important for how relaxed they are. We talked with Lane Kiffin for 25 minutes about a lot of nothing, and it was fantastic. We talked about how nervous he is when he's parking a boat, and if there's a crowd, it's even worse. And if you've ever parked a boat in front of people when you're trying to pull up to a restaurant on the water, you know exactly what he's talking about. And if you don't, think trying to hit a golf ball at a charity golf event when people are watching, kind of the same feeling. And it was just a great sit down with all these coaches. And then, look, we sat down. I actually text Coach Mulkey. I'm like, hey, Coach, I know you don't want to come down here and get into the scrum. I know you don't want to sit here and have to talk to Peter Burns. I get it. Me either. Chris Doring, I get it. But Coach came down there, and she gave me 10 minutes, and so it was good to catch up with Coach Mulkey. And then Brian Kelly was very open and very honest kind of about what the coaches want and what the ADs want. And, you know, one of the big takeaways, and Tate, I know you probably covered it. Yes. Did y'all play both interviews? Y'all play BK?
Yeah.
One of the, there's always a theme for spring meetings. And we always, at the end of whenever we finish, and I think we did close to 40 interviews, maybe like 41. So after all of that, we'll do like a recap. It's like, all right, what was your biggest takeaway? What was your biggest takeaway? And I think the theme from the 2025 spring meetings was the 5-11 model with 5 automatic qualifiers and 11 at-large teams for the college football playoff. Coaches want 8 SEC games. ADs want 9 SEC games because, well, the ADs want the revenue, right? It makes sense. They don't want directional school U games if they don't have to because, well, their stadium's half empty by halftime. They don't want that anymore. They want full stadiums, and so that means more revenue. Now, the coaches are like, hold up, wait a minute. We know what that looks like, and we know how difficult that's going to be. And unless you tell us the playoff model is going to be A, we're not giving you B, right? And so that's kind of where they stand in that. And then it comes to strength of schedule. And I know a lot of people outside of the SEC, and I've seen it on Twitter, and my guy Danny Cannell's already on the warpath. I'm like, buddy, it doesn't matter. The ACC is irrelevant. But strength of schedule is like very important in the SEC. And again, I understand people eye roll that whenever they're outside the league. But look, all three of us in this room, everybody listening in your car, at home, wherever you're at, you know that it is brutal in the SEC. It just is. Do I have some bias? I do. But I also, like for SiriusXM, I talk about every team. I talk about everybody's schedule. We go ACC, Big 12, Big 10, SEC, Group of 5, doesn't matter. And you're just not going to find some of the 3-game stretches, the 4-game stretches that you have in the Southeastern Conference. It's just not going to happen. I think Florida at one point last year had something like, I think it was like in a 5-game stretch, but it was like Tennessee, and then they've got Georgia and Jacksonville, then they've got Texas, then they've got LSU. Like, go find me that somewhere else. And I think they had Ole Miss after that. Like, go find that somewhere else. It's always those 3-game stretches. It's like, it's brutal. Like, find some more, another conference where you got to go at LSU, Texas at home, at Auburn. Like, I don't care who you are. It's going to be damn hard. So why don't we have a metric? I can't tell how many times, y'all, have we done this show. We've been talking about men's or women's basketball. Recently, obviously, more women's than men's, about the net and the KenPom and those ratings. And we use them like gospel because we have this metric. How many times have we, leaned on Alondra for softball and baseball RPI? Like, because that matters. We have a metric. We have a system. I understand we only have 12 games in football. Those sports have more games. I get that. But you can't tell me in the year of our Lord 2025, we can't come up with a metric that we can use in college football that says, hey, we're going to, who you played, where you played them, when you played them. I mean, I get, blue in the face talking about quad 1 and quad 2 in basketball season. We do the same thing in baseball season. Like, Bill Conley has his S&P plus. Like, that's a metric. I'm not saying it's the only one, but it's a metric. Like, you can do it in 12 games. They have got to figure out a way to not just go off vibes and go off actual data and analytics of who's playing who. And again, where and when they play those teams. And so that's something that every coach that I caught up with down in Destin, certainly like we're talking the football side of things, basketball, they have that. They have the net. They have the KenPom. Like you couldn't walk by a basketball coach there in Destin and ask them, hey, where'd your team finish? And any of those metrics, they'd be able to rattle it off immediately. Immediately. We were here and we started out here. We got to here. This is where we finished because it's gospel to them. We need that in college football. We need something. We need a metric that we all can kind of get behind to be able. And look, a lot of BCS, right? A lot of BCS because that's the era that I played. I'm not talking about going full BCS, but there has to be something. And Tay, I don't know if y'all got into that because Brian Kelly was pretty adamant about that point.
Yeah, I did. And look, Sankey was as well. And honestly, Jake, I was actually pretty critical of Sankey and BK only because their point, like, okay, I did a whole segment on this on Wednesday when Sankey said, he was asked about the strength of schedule and all that. And he said, it's clear that not losing becomes in more ways more important than beating the University of Georgia because two of the teams in the SEC that were left out beat Georgia. And my point was like, okay, sure, Alabama and Ole Miss beat Georgia. They also lost to Vandy, Oklahoma, Florida, and Kentucky. Like, maybe don't lose to crappy teams. Kentucky's only SEC win was against the University of Mississippi.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt and Oklahoma when they combined 13-13 on the season last year. Like, you can't lose those games. I'm good with Sankey saying, oh, well, they beat Georgia. Do you just not play the other 11 games on your schedule?
You play them. But, again, if you have a metric, it is going to dock you points for losing to Kentucky. You're probably going to lose some. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I know you lost on the road, I believe, to both Oklahoma and Vanderbilt, so maybe not as much. But
Alabama's lost
again, like, this isn't to try to get a 9-3 SEC team in. It's just across college football. Like, we need that. Like, I appreciate what Indiana and SMU did last year, but, like, there needs to be a metric. And this isn't – y'all know me. Like, I am not staying on the table chanting SEC guy. In fact – a lot of times I'm going to, go for somebody that's going against them because I always look at it through purple and gold glasses. How does this affect LSU? If this team wins a national championship, it makes it easier to recruit against the Tigers, the team that I root for. So, like, I oftentimes look at it like that, but I do think we need something because we knew that LSU Baseball was going to be a top 8 seed because we knew where they were in the RPI. Like, we had something, we had data that we've all agreed upon that can be a good tool and a good metric and an analytic to be able to seed our postseason and see who gets in to the postseason. And sure, like in basketball, you'll have a team that's right there in the net in the Ken Palm, and it's like, oh, man, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes they get in, sometimes they don't. But a lot of times we know, like, exactly where that line is. All right, if you get in the first 35 of this, you're going to get in the NCAA tournament. Same thing in college baseball. So I definitely think that is something that I would welcome and invite into college football. A lot of coaches want it. We'll see if we do get there. All right, we will take our first break because, speaking of the postseason, one thing we do know is where everybody is playing starting today in college baseball. So we'll preview what we've got coming up on the diamond. We've got Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered set to join us in about 15 minutes from now as well. We got Christopher Paul Doring at 8 a.m. We've got LSU great Todd Walker at 8:30. And again, we have Matt Flynn joining us for the last hour again at 9 a.m. A big show planned here on a Friday morning. More OTB when we come back on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. That is the website to go to see what they can do for you. They got an online agent right there in the bottom right corner of the website. Any question, any concern you might have, it all gets answered on the website. Now, you can go to the website. It is a great tool to see, again, cases they handle, past client results, all right there on the homepage. If you want to see what they're doing in your local community throughout the state of Louisiana, because remember, they are top to bottom, east to west, they are everywhere in the state of Louisiana. Go to Facebook and Instagram and X, like wherever you want to go, that handle's always going to be at Get Gordon. And speaking of, throughout the state of Louisiana, if you just want to pick up the phone and give them a call instead of going to the website, you know what it is. It is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
World-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead...
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB here on a Friday morning. We're going to get to the SEC teams and their odds to win their regionals, but in spirit of a Friday on OTB, I just became insanely jealous of Alondra because for the first time, she is getting to watch one of my favorite shows, Entourage.
Yeah.
Super jealous.
Yeah, so I started it, I think, the night before last night, so like 2 days ago, and I've never seen it before. I'm obsessed with it so far. Like, I'm already on season 2. Ari Gold is one of the best characters.
I mean,
yes,
that's what
he is the best character on that TV show, but he's so hilarious. But yeah, I love it so far. I'm so obsessed with it.
Oh man,
I can't stop watching it.
It is so good. Season 1, so you're probably not when he's yelling at Lloyd yet.
No.
You'll definitely get there.
It comes
I don't know
like
Lloyd yet.
middle of 2, maybe?
Something like
okay, yeah, I don't know
2.
Lloyd yet.
Yeah, you'll know, like, when you come in, because I know how this works. Whenever you find a show and you really enjoy it, and it's coming up on the weekend, you are going to mow through episodes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're not watching LSU Baseball, you're going to be watching Entourage.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be
So
doing.
you're going to know Lloyd is like by the time you get here on Monday.
On Monday, I'm going to be talking about Lloyd.
You're going to be talking about
and
Lloyd.
I'm going to be like, Ari Gold just keeps getting better and better. Like, he is so funny.
Yeah, it's so good. Now, when that was played to today's climate, maybe Ari doesn't exist, but you
True.
know what?
Yeah.
He does exist because it happened.
I like his
it's
publicist
so
too. I forget her name though.
Oh gosh,
But I like her.
I'd see, like, in my mind now, I'm trying to think, like, what all has happened in season 1. Like,
so
we talked about Medellin. Are we on Queens Boulevard?
Yeah, so
okay.
he just
Aquaman?
finished. He's trying to convince him to do Aquaman right now.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. We're like, he has to read the script tonight.
Okay.
That's the episode that I left off on.
Okay.
He hasn't read the script yet, but Ari came over and was like, "It's really good. You need to read it."
What are you watching that on?
HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's so good.
Should we try to get Turtle on the show?
Oh my gosh, I would die if we got Turtle on the show.
You know Turtle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Turtle, yeah.
Now, if the Knicks don't win, he might be in a bad mood. So if the Knicks win,
they
won Game 5. If
we
they
gotta
win
get Timothy
Game
Chalamet.
6, well,
maybe
I can shoot shots. I'm not sure that I can shoot that one.
You may have to wait a little bit then for Turtle.
Yeah.
Man.
Why?
Knicks ain't winning Game 6.
Get out of here.
I'd like them to.
Ye of little faith.
I like Jalen Brunson.
Didn't they win last night?
Yeah.
They played well last night.
It's in New York again, right?
It's
Or
Indiana.
it goes the way the new format's
Yeah,
stupid.
so it's
It goes
2-2-3,
there and then-
1-1-1, yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah.
That's a lot of travel.
That is a lot of travel.
Just do it like they used to do it. Used to be right 2-3-2.
It's still that way in the finals.
So we change up in the finals?
So now every round, I believe, is 2-2, 1-1-1, finals 2-3-2.
Yeah. That's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. My next watch should be Band of Brothers or Boardwalk Empire.
Ooh, they're
both.
both so
No,
good.
you watch both of those. Like,
Yeah.
you don't pass up one of those.
No, you watch both.
You can do whatever order they
You
want
can roll
to.
through Band of Brothers pretty quickly, too.
Yeah,
so.
true. Boardwalk
The
Empire.
Pacific was
so good.
fantastic, too.
Yeah.
Off
I
of
haven't
Band of
seen that
Brothers.
one.
Oh, I just
watched-
started Righteous Gemstones on Monday night.
Okay.
Monday night. 2 episodes in.
There's a lot out there. A lot of it's
Yeah.
on,
HBO.
well, HBO Max, HBO,
I think
like
they're
whatever they're
back
calling.
at-
Are they,
I think they're
are they
back-
HBO Max?
Yeah, they're
I
going
think
back
so.
to HBO Max.
I did see The Last of Us lost 50% of its viewership
Was it not
from
good?
season 1. It wasn't great.
Mm.
Wasn't great. Wasn't great.
The first season of Boardwalk Empire is one of the best, like,
Yeah.
any sort of television that I've
Yeah.
ever seen. It's so good.
Yeah, Nookie Thompson.
Yes.
Great character. Great character. All right, sorry. I found that information out. I was not going to let that slide because,
So
my God,
good.
I am jealous. Somebody gets to experience Entourage for the first time. And that was a show that, like, you watch, you had to wait a week, you watch, which I love,
Yeah.
the anticipation of it, but also, come
I
on.
like that too.
I like to binge sometimes, certainly like in an older show.
Oh,
like
I'm
on something
binging
that's
this
been out
one.
for a while.
Yeah.
All right, SEC teams and their odds to win their regionals. Alondra, it looks like Vandy, Texas, Arkansas, some of these teams that you would expect. LSU have some pretty big odds. Do you have one, Alondra, that you look at and give me a team
Okay.
that has plus odds
Okay.
that you think actually has a chance to win the regional?
So the Hattiesburg Regional has everybody at plus odds, but Alabama's at plus 175. So they're not. So Southern Miss is technically the favorite to win it, but they could probably get out of that regional. Taylor and I talked about this a little bit on Tuesday, I think it was, but I think that one. There's one though, that's the favorite in the Conway. So Florida's the favorite in the Conway Regional.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, okay, I don't know if I fully think that they'll get out of that. But then I looked back at their schedule and they have some pretty good wins. So they won the series in Austin versus Arkansas, and then they won versus Bama. And the only thing is, like, they can get it done versus Eastern Carolina. The challenge is going to be Coastal Carolina. They only have 4 conference losses.
Oof, they're good.
Yeah, 2 wins versus Clemson and a win over Southern Mississippi. So
they in a good baseball conference.
Yeah.
Dominated.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they certainly dominated. Todd Walker, who joins us in an hour from now, has that.
Yeah.
He'll be in Coastal Carolina covering that
Ooh.
regional. So
That'll be
certainly we'll
good.
catch up about that regional and then what
Yeah.
LSU has going on. Tate,
So
go ahead.
Sorry. Also the Oxford Regional, they're all plus money in that one too.
That's a good regional. Like
It is.
Georgia Tech won the ACC in the regular season, Western Kentucky's won a ton of games. Like that's a really good regional. So like Ole Miss, what they did in Hoover got them the ability to host that.
Yeah.
But they didn't do them any favors.
No,
it's
and
going to be tough to get out of.
So the Georgia Tech coach really feels strongly about the fact that he thinks that they should have hosted.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a really interesting regional to watch. Ole Miss is like the favorite to get out of that, even though they're plus 105. Georgia Tech is plus 180, so even Vegas knows not to count Georgia Tech out because that's going to be a tough one. But if there's
you picked them to not make it out of the regional, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss?
Yeah.
So we did this Wednesday, and we were like, okay, easiest regional, hardest regional. Asked her who she thought wouldn't make it out of their own. She went Ole Miss, and then for the sake of kind of going back to Alabama, I went Southern Miss because I think Alabama wins that region.
Hattiesburg's tough to play. It's like a tough place to play
in. Is. It's a tough regional, too, because like Southern Miss is always solid. You got Bama. Miami's not what they've been, but like they're still a solid team. Like that's a tough regional.
So the Knoxville regional, so not only did Tennessee get the benefit of the doubt and because they were the reigning champs or whatever, and they're given a regional, I don't think they earned that really, but they were also given like a pretty easy one. But I'm going to need Wake Forest to, I don't know, do something. I need Wake Forest to not let Tennessee advance because that just makes me so mad that they got a regional. And then we got Kentucky and Clemson at plus 320. They're going to have it tough today versus West Virginia, I think. And Taylor pointed out, he made a good point the other day when we were doing this that
whoa, Tay-Tay? I don't know if I've heard Alondra say that before.
I give credit where credit's due. That they're not great on the road, but honestly, Kentucky really isn't either. They're 10-13 on the road. One that, to answer like your original question, sorry, I got off on a tangent. Mississippi State is plus 250 in the Tallahassee regional. They are hot right now. They've got Pico Khan.
Yep.
They're second in hitting in the SEC. Hunter Hines is on his last season. Maybe he wants to.
He'll do something dramatic,
right?
Like in a good way, in a postseason probably.
Yeah, they got the SEC Newcomer of the Year in Ace Reese, their third baseman, and then I mean maybe they want to like ride for their guy Justin Parker. I think that's his name, right? I think so.
Yes.
The
interim coach. Yeah.
Hey, if
There's
you got
so
that
many
wrong,
names up here.
Well, interim coaches. Look, if we got your name wrong, that's on us.
My bad,
but
bro.
I mean, come on, man. We got a lot. We
There's
still got
16 other
Lamonis
coaches.
on our mind. Okay.
Right. And then also there's rumors that they're going to hire Brian O'Connor. But yeah, I mean, I think Mississippi State, that's a pretty good bet to make at plus 250.
Yeah.
They might be able to pull it off. I mean, Florida State's going to be tough, but that's a good one.
Let's go through all of these odds real quick, and then before we take a break, I do want to get maybe an upset alert from Tay-Tay as well. It is Vanderbilt minus 275, as we said in their regional. It is Texas minus 225, Arkansas minus 450, the Auburn Tigers minus 200, Oklahoma, who's in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, as we saw that last year for LSU, plus 370, LSU minus 425, the Georgia Bulldogs minus 220, Ole Miss plus 105, Kentucky plus 320 in Clemson. You got Mississippi State plus 250 in Tallahassee, as Alondra just said. Florida minus 115 in Conway, South Carolina. Tennessee minus 250 in Alabama, plus 175 in Hattiesburg. Tay-Tay, before we take a break, which one of those teams that's not maybe a heavy favorite do you like?
I mean, I like Alabama again to get out of that.
More than anybody.
Regional. Yeah,
okay,
because I like Mississippi State the way they're playing. Florida State's just been.
I heard you say roll tide, but as we
pretty
came
good.
in.
But also going back to that Clemson regional. Appreciate the shout out, Alondra. What it is it's not that West Virginia's bad on the road. The record's okay. What it is when they play a top 30 RPI team, they've pretty much lost every single time. So it's like
they
a lot of people
won the
have
Big
talked
12
about
regular
that.
season, right?
Yes, but they kind of faltered down the stretch a little bit, and the Big 12's been a little down. I mean, they've been okay, but I mean, I think out of the SEC teams that are not heavy favorites to win, like, I mean, we were talking about it. We both got to think that Georgia has the easiest regional in the country, maybe. Like, Duke hasn't won 30. Duke has less than 40 wins on the season. Like, Duke's 37-19, didn't win the ACC. Oklahoma State is 28-23, And then Binghamton's barely over 500. The only reason they're in is because they won their conference tournament. I think Georgia rolls in that, but I think Georgia's a pretty safe bet to get out of their regional, and I like Alabama.
Clip that.
I like Alabama.
I like Alabama.
That's crazy.
Tay-Tay's voice. Clip that. Chris Phillips, SEC Unfiltered, to break it all down when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
I go to pelicanroof.com, pelicanroof.com. So we've been telling you over the last couple of weeks, and it's not going away. You need to look at the financing options with Pelican Roof. 0 interest for up to 21 months for qualified applicants. Also, a couple of different things as we get here to the end of May. We've been telling you all month of May. Again, only a couple of days here. They are growing their Baton Rouge team and looking to hire 10 new sales reps during the month of May. So you got a couple days left. They are paying up to $10,000 signing bonus on and applicants can apply at pelicanroof.com/careers. And also, don't forget, they are giving away a free roof to a mother in need, and they are collecting nominations during the month of May and will announce a winner on June the 2nd. So that winner's coming up Monday. You got a couple more days to nominate people. You can go through their website, also pelicanroof.com. You can check it out on their pinned Facebook post as well. And of course, all the roofing things information is at pelicanroof.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is Off the Bench.
Nope.
Didn't think so.
How you doing, young lady? The feeling that you're giving really drives me crazy. You don't have a play about the choke. I was at a loss of words first time that we spoke.
You're looking for a girl that'll treat you right. You're looking for in the daytime with a light.
You might be the type if I play my cards right. I'll find out by the end of the night.
You expect me to just let you hit it, but will you still respect me if you get it?
Did we do R&B Thursday in honor yesterday?
Tunes were great yesterday.
Okay.
They were.
It's a hit.
I don't remember the other 2 days, but yesterday was good.
I mean, R&B Thursday is a thing. Two people across town. We're trying to connect with our guy, Chris Phillips, SEC Unfiltered. Although, Tay, word on the street is today's not the only day that you gave love to the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Wednesday was also the football program, which is the big one. Stuart Mandel, from The Athletic, he put out a list of the top 25 college football programs from 2000 till now. So the last 25 years, he had Alabama 2 behind Ohio State, and that is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
like you can hate Alabama.
Yeah, true.
Guys have won 6 titles.
Actually agree with you.
I mean, come on.
Ohio State's won 3, right?
Yeah, they got 0-2 and then 14 and last year. But Bama's played for
I saw
3 more.
The Athletic has kind of turned into some hot take ventures.
They're very
headline-y,
clickbaity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like having Oklahoma 3 on that list over
no natties. Well, one in 2000.
They got 1. Yeah. And they were in front of LSU. And you can say, well, look at the games they won. Like, I don't care about that. I care about championships. I care about rings. LSU's got 3. Oklahoma's got 1. And, oh, yeah, LSU beat Oklahoma for one of those rings, and they beat them in a semifinal on the way to another.
And I'm assuming if you asked Stewart and he wasn't like, yeah, it was clickbait and he wanted to give a legitimate answer, he would probably say, well, look, Oklahoma's been really consistent. They've got the BCS bowls. They've got to the playoff. Cool. They just hadn't broke through. But at some point, you have to break through. Put them at 7. Put them at 8. Like, I'm good with that. They can't be 3 with no titles since 2000.
No, Georgia's got to be ahead of them. LSU has to be ahead of them. But, yeah, to say like any other program is going to be ahead of Alabama in the last 25 years, come on, man. What are we doing here?
I didn't like that Oregon was 7, although that was too high.
I didn't get past Georgia. I'm like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I had my complaints, and then I moved on because after I saw the top 5 teams, I was like, I ain't reading the rest of that. If the top 5's like this, the rest are going to be bad too.
You're going to put Oklahoma at 3 because they've had good quarterbacks. That's essentially what you're doing.
Yeah. Whatever. Again, we're waiting on Chris Phillips. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up with him. SEC Unfiltered here. I think, let me make sure, pull a T-Bub here. Let me make sure I said the right time. Eastern time, 7:30.
I texted him, but he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, I said 7:30 Central time. Okay.
And he said yes.
Yeah.
This is on him, though.
He said, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean.
This is on him.
It ain't on me.
Mm-mm.
We confirmed. Wasn't confident before I checked, but I'm confident now. I said 7. I was like, dude, man. Did I do one of those deals where he's on Eastern time because I think he lives in Nashville, and I did.
Yeah.
I was thinking 8:30 Eastern time. I usually write that because it looks better for them. And did I write Central time instead? I did not. So I feel good about it. Also feel good about LSU and their baseball regional. Cannot wait to get out to the box on Sunday. Hopefully it's that late boy on Sunday night because LSU continues to win. Let's go a little vibe check around the room. How are we feeling about LSU as they head into the regional?
I feel real good about it. And, we've talked about it basically all week where everyone wants to know who the ace is going to be or who the Friday night starter is going to be. And Tay and I both think that it's going to be Cade Anderson just because of who Jay Johnson is. But then again, because of who he is, you never really know for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that, we're pretty confident in the fact that it's going to be Cade Anderson just because, the schedule.
And we've got sample size of him throwing Paul Skeens against Tulane,
right. Yeah. So I think your toughest one is going to be DBU.
Yeah.
But we beat them earlier this season.
Connor Ware start that game? If I'm not
mistaken.
I
think he did. Yeah, he actually
DBU
did.
Game?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the one in
Arlington.
In Frisco, yeah.
Was it Frisco? Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. DFWA, whatever.
It's all right there.
Yeah. It's always one of those things because you don't want to get too cute. You don't want to try to throw an off arm and then all of a sudden you're in a dogfight with a 4 seed.
Well, Jackson Wells is going to throw tonight for Little Rock.
Yeah.
He's their ace. He's good, and everybody's going to look at his ERA and say, oh, he has a 5.24 ERA, like he's no good. He's dealt with some injuries this year. 2 years ago, he led the country in ERA. If you remember, Skeens was second. He had a 1.65 ERA 2 years ago. He actually has more strikeouts this year than he had that year. He's just been boom or bust. Like, he has 90 strikeouts to 32 walks. I mean, he's a good pitcher.
Yeah.
And he's only given up 7 home runs. So, I mean, people are just making contact, but Jackson Wells he can throw the ball. He's a good pitcher. You can't mess around with Little Rock in this game.
Yeah, he pitched a complete game last week. He has a tendency to go real deep in games, so you're going to have to be really, really disciplined at the plate, which hasn't been LSU's strong suit the past few weeks, but you're going to have to, like, really try to get the pitch count up and get him out of there because he has over 10 games where he's thrown over 90 pitches.
So, look, the good thing for LSU, no matter who they're going against, if they throw Cade Anderson, they're going to have the advantage.
Right.
Yes.
Right? The good thing about LSU in game number 2, no matter who they go against, they're going to have the advantage with Anthony Ianson. That's LSU's biggest advantage. Now, we know the offense, it has been hot at times. It has been a frozen tundra at times, certainly on the road. And so it's a good thing you're playing inside the box there.
Yeah.
And like if you were trying to come up with a formula to make it, we'll throw this guy on the first game and then you go Cade Anderson and Anthony Ianson, you could have the argument and I would listen because you don't want to get to a spot where you won the first 2 games, but then you're like, okay, what do we do to close this thing out?
Yeah.
For sure. But you do have some arms that LSU should feel like between Newt and Chase Shores. You've got arms that should be able to go out there, and if you are 2-0 in your regional, they should be able to close the door.
Well, not only that, like I mentioned this the other day, everybody's like, oh, Anderson's your ace. Not to me. Not because he's not good enough. I just think you have 2 aces.
Yeah.
Cade Anderson is your game 1 starter. I mean, to me, Ianson and Anderson are what and what at this point in the season. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, do you have a bigger advantage over Dallas Baptist or Rhode Island in game 2 significantly? Yeah. Whether it's Ianson or Anderson, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because Dallas Baptist has to throw their ace today.
For sure.
Because Rhode Island has a really good number 1 pitcher.
Yeah.
And he's going. So your number 2 is better than Dallas Baptist's number 2. It's better than Rhode Island's number 2. So you're still in a good spot. Like, don't tinker with it. I brought it up in the 2023 regional when you were playing Tulane game 1. Nobody wanted Jay to throw Paul Skeens. Save him. Don't throw him against Tulane. He did it. What happened? You beat Oregon State 2 games. It was a 3-game regional. You were done. Won to the Supers.
Yeah.
And you rolled after that. Like, don't overthink it.
And again, the biggest thing for LSU that they have going for them is they have the best 1-2 punch in the country. And it doesn't matter who we're talking about. You would throw those 2 guys individually, not even as a tandem, individually against anybody, and there might be like 2 or 3 pitchers. You're like, all right, this is going to be an even matchup.
Yeah.
But it's only 2 or 3, and you've got 2 of those guys that you could put into that conversation. And it comes down, and look, we're going to talk about it throughout the show, but it comes down to your offense, in my opinion. What can your offense do? They have been asleep at the wheel.
Yep.
They got to wake up. They got to get hot. When they've gotten hot, it has been inside Alec Box Stadium. They have to continue that. LSU is going to go as far as their lineup takes them. They have got frontline starting pitching. They've got 2 guys out of the bullpen right now that they feel uber confident in. They've got a couple of guys in Jaden Newt and Chase Shores that are trending in the right direction at the right time. They've got enough from that side of the equation. But if you don't hit, they got to be perfect, and you don't want your pitchers to have to be perfect. You want them to be good, even great, but you don't want them to have to feel like they got to go out there and be perfect. So it all comes down to the lineup.
Last week was proof of that, too, because in the SEC tournament, in the 2 games that you played, you had 5 hits, and you were silenced after the 3rd inning in the Texas A&M game, and your bullpen, like you're saying, was damn near perfect that weekend. Like, the combination of Newt, Shores, and Myers on the 2nd game versus Ole Miss was great.
Yep.
But they weren't perfect. Like, they gave up 3 hits and 2 runs, and those 2 runs are what got you in trouble because you couldn't hit. You got shut out by Ole Miss. So, yeah, last week is proof of what you just said.
Well, and everybody wants to talk about how, like, everybody said, oh, this is such an easy regional for LSU. I think it's a little tougher than something, but the good news is, look, Rhode Island can swing it. I think they hit 306 as a team. Like, they can swing the bat.
Yeah.
Dallas Baptist can hit the ball. neither of them's team ERA is that great. So it's strength on strength. I trust LSU's pitching against any lineup they're going against right now. And what better way to get your lineup hot than going against a below-average pitching staff, which outside of their Friday night guys, it's kind of what Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island have.
Yeah. All right, gonna continue to talk a little LSU baseball, the regional. We're going to talk about SEC regionals. Again, Todd Walker set to join us at 8:30. He is in Coastal Carolina, Conway, South Carolina, for the Coastal Carolina regional. So going to get some insight into that. And obviously, you're talking to an LSU legend. Todd's going to be able to break down what LSU has to look forward to in their regional. We got Christopher Paul Doring in about 12 minutes from now to kind of recap SEC spring meetings. We have all that coming your way. Stay locked in. It is OTB on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, as we've been telling you over the last couple of weeks and months, there is not a bad time to have an ice-cold Dos Equis in your hand. It doesn't matter if you enjoy a good shower beer like Tay-Tay does. If you want a beach beer like Tay-Tay has recently. I mean, have you seen the tan? Let me be your hero.
Some are saying, Jake.
I was like, please, I hope that wasn't too old. I hope somebody picks up on that. Lake beer, like it really doesn't matter. I mean, enjoying a good old-fashioned college baseball game. I mean, it pairs with literally everything. So it does not matter where you're at. If you're watching the game on TV, if you're inside the stadium, if you're outside of the stadium at a tailgate, we can promise you want an ice cold Dos Equis in your hand. So next time you're watching that game, grab that ice cold Dos Equis. Enjoy responsibly. Dos Equis, official beer of unforgettable sports moments.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
You gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Would you run and never look back?
Tate, I've been waiting for you to take over. I mean, you said that you were getting confused for Enrique, so I just thought maybe you'd want to, sing a little ditty here.
I'm good.
Oh, weak.
I'm not in the. This song is not a proper one.
Whoa.
For my vocal cords off the bat.
Oh.
Everybody knows their strengths and weaknesses in
Right.
singing.
Okay, I
This
thought
is
you were
not-
about to say this is not a proper representation of Enrique. I was like, this is
Oh, this is the
this is
one of
the
his biggest, if not
This
his
is the
biggest
song.
hit.
Turn it up a little bit.
I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away.
There is a great clip of Enrique going on Howard Stern back in the day. And apparently, there was a big rumor that Enrique couldn't sing, even though he comes from, obviously a very, very famous musical family. But, he was the one that couldn't sing, and he was just the pretty face. And
He was the June Carter.
yeah, well, dang, shoot.
What?
Stray.
Ever seen Walk the Line?
So he went on, and Howard's like, hey, Howard, he called him out hey, I heard you can't sing, what's the deal? And so Enrique had to go on there because there was this fake track of somebody that kind of sounded like his talking voice and not hitting any notes and voice just screeching. It was so bad. So he had to go on Howard Stern a cappella and hit a song. Now he did, so he can sing, but it was one of those great Howard Stern clips.
Always. He has the best. The one where the serial killer called him or something like that. I still wonder if that's real. The serial killer that called into his show.
Yeah. One day when it's nothing going on, I'll have to tell some of the stories from some of our SiriusXM colleagues of Howard in the New York studio and secret elevators and secret ways to get to his studio. And
Interesting.
Real quick, you got 30 seconds. Tate is putting together a parlay. Him and Musso do this every year, apparently. If you go money line on all the 1 seeds to beat the 4 seeds, $10 will win what, Tate?
Close to 100.
Close to 100
It's dropped a
bucks.
little bit now, but it's probably $90 on a $10 bet.
All right, so last 2 years it's hit?
It's hit the last 2 years.
We'll see if it can hit for 3 straight years. All right, Christopher Paul Doring to kick off hour number 2 of OTB when we come back on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommys.com. GoTommys.com is the website for Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. And look, just over and over again, how many times have you heard us talk about an award that they are winning, right? It can be Angie's List. It can be, in the Advocate, they won the Best of Baton Rouge. They just continue to win awards. And they don't just give those things away. Look, there's a lot of companies in Baton Rouge that do windows, doors, and siding. But time and time again, Tommy and his team, they get the award. They get the best of the best because that's what they are. That's who they are. So go to the website, GEAUX Tommys, that's Tommy with a Y.com, to see what they can do for you. Past client results, testimonials, gallery of work. They can customize your job. They are the best. They win all the awards for a reason. GoTommys.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, May 30th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 86. In hour 2 of today's show, Chris Dorian hops on the show at 8 o'clock. And then at 8:30, Todd Walker of the SEC Network previewing the NCAA Regionals. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench.
This is what we have been waiting for. The hype is over.
Off the Bench.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 2 of OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. We're going to welcome on now one of my great friends, a guy I had a chance to spend a couple of days with down in Destin, Florida for SEC spring meetings, and I'm sure he is already, it's 9:01 Eastern time, slinging some mortgages in Gainesville, Florida. Mr. Christopher Paul Doring, how we doing, sir?
Good morning, man. Not quite yet. I will be soon. Got some catching up to do after being gone the last week plus, but still trying to recover, man. I don't know about you. I'm dragging a little bit today.
Well, you had one more evening, one more outing than I had, and
That's
so
true.
you know I'm a little bit. How was the restaurant? We talked about it. I said it was going to be a good vibe. There's going to be a lot of people there in the Destin area. Did I do it justice? Was it a good time?
Yeah, I actually forgot that we had been there the year before, so yeah, it was a good time and good fellowship. I think that's the thing that I think you would probably agree with me too. It's almost like going to summer camp when we show up. Everybody's there. There's this fellowship amongst not only the coaches and the athletic directors that are there, but everybody kind of covering the league too. And so I think fans they'd be probably shocked to see just how friendly a lot of these coaches are from opposing schools, and even in different sports. It's such a cool accumulation of who's who in college athletics.
Yeah, CD, I was trying to explain that to our audience in the first hour, really the first segment, and I kept using the word unique because that's what spring meetings, that's kind of the vibe that I get. There's nothing else like it. It's not like media days. It's not like another time, and you and I have covered games, and you have those Friday meetings, and, it's always fun, but that's like one team, one coaching staff. there's nothing like spring meetings. I mean, the fact that, the access that we get is incredible being a partner of the SEC. But, just, seeing these coaches, like you said, also like, on Tuesday night, I think it is, like we have the little mixer, and it's like you'll see Kirby Smart and Lane Kiffin chopping it up. And then Steve Sarkisian's over there talking with Brian Kelly, and Clark Lee's over here talking to Shane Beamer, and like they're all having fun. And honestly, like it's not football talk. Like they're just catching up and like talking about life. And if there was like an average fan in there, I think they'd be blown away by some of those conversations.
Yeah, I think I think we forget a lot of times that these coaches are as obsessed as they are with what they're doing at their respective schools. They're still people, and getting into the conversation that you and I and PB had with Kirby about his son's travel baseball team and how you guys could relate to the cost of the new bats that are coming out. I mean, and talking to Lane about him, heading out to get on the boat, and how nervous he is when he's trying to dock the boat himself, and there's only one spot at the dock, and how he'll pass it by just because he doesn't want to be embarrassed. I mean, these folks are really good at what they do, but at the same time, they have all these other family things and other life things and insecurities in some ways. And so I think it is a really cool peek behind the curtain and a chance to get to see folks maybe at their most relaxed before the ramp up towards the season starts. Now, I think we've seen the last 2 years there a little bit more heavy tone to it just because of what's going on with the changing landscape of college athletics and what we're seeing in terms of the unknown. We're waiting on what's going to happen with the college football playoff, what's going to happen with the congressional settlement, what's going to happen with some of these non-revenue producing sports. So there's a lot that's going on that is a little darker, I guess, but at the same time, we are at the beach and we are amongst friends, and folks do take an opportunity to have some fun while they're there.
Yeah, and some people like Peter Burns take the beach to the extreme, and we're trying to be professional. We've got nice shirts on, SEC logos. We got pants on, and PB shows up with a 13-inch inseam pair of shorts on.
Yeah, the only person that was more relaxed in that setting was Lane Kiffin, I think, showing up. He at one point, I think he sat down with us with flip-flops. I think he may have already had his bathing suit on. It looked like he was en route to some sort of water somewhere. But, yeah, PB, not known for his professionalism in any manner.
CD, maybe your biggest takeaway? Because I was trying to explain every year, me, you, and PB, we've done that, I think, 4 years now that we've had a chance to do that. We always kind of end the shows and kind of wrap everything up with, okay, biggest takeaway and kind of a theme of whatever the SEC spring meetings was, like what we thought maybe was some of the biggest issues, what the coaches wanted, what the ADs wanted. What was your biggest takeaway from Destin?
Yeah, I think if you go back over the years that we've been going, there has been a common topic or one that everybody was most looking forward to some resolution on. A number of years ago was cost of attendance. Then we got into the alcohol policy, and at one point a couple of years ago was the debate whether we're going from 8 to 9 games in league play, which is still something that's on the table. But right now, there's nothing that anybody can decide on because there's a lot being still figured out by Congress. There's a lot still being figured out by the college football playoff folks. And until you have some clarity on that, I don't think that there's any real decisions that can be made. So as much, I think it's probably this is in my own mind. I'm projecting and taking some of what we've talked to coaches about and putting the whole picture together. But for me, I visualize Commissioner Sankey kind of debriefing everybody on where the state of things are, and then also Commissioner Sankey listening to the input of some of the things that are troubling coaches the most right now. I think the college football calendar is one that has the coaches maybe the most stressed. They're spread really thin. The two transfer portals, the dates that those things fall. I think right now, whether we're talking about basketball or football, to have the transfer portal open during the postseason just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, you're never able to focus on where you are right now. You're always having to look ahead, and so I think I just worry, Hess, about these coaches and what their shelf life can be now, given all the other stuff outside of just coaching ball that they have to deal with. So I think that's the thing that you'd like to see get squared away a little bit more. I mean, June used to be a great time for them to get away. Now June is one of the most busy recruiting months of the year with visits on campus. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, man.
Catching up with my guy Chris Doring, SEC Network, Sirius XM here on OTB. And CD, we've got your SEC, maybe first, second year headshot as the picture when you're on. I got to change that.
Can we get that updated, please?
we got you kind of don't even look related to this guy.
Well, I'd like to say that I've had a bit of a glow up, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think better haircut. Trying to stay in fit. We got into a deep discussion with Lane about face regimens. A lot of products that we've been using. Yeah, so it's we got to get that updated, man. Come on.
That's on me. I've got plenty of photos of Chris Doring. I don't
know how many are approved for public consumption,
but I'll take care of you. Don't worry. I'll take care of you there. CD, it is funny you mentioned earlier that football coaches talking to different coaches, like the basketball coaches are there. Mm-hmm. And I truly do think this is something that happened because one of the themes for me was all of the football coaches wanting a metric to help out with strength of schedule. And I guarantee you, we know how coaches work. They were sitting there with those coaches, and the basketball coaches are like, hey, we got the net, we got Ken Palm, we have that. We have things that we use, and I understand the amount of games basketball plays, baseball and softball for RPI. You only play 12 games, but that felt like something to me, and I agree with them. The football coaches want something. They want hey, this team's ranked here based off the metrics that we use, and no longer are we just going off, vibes and resumes when it comes to the playoff selection committee, but we actually use this as a tool. Now, it's not to say all be all, but a lot of times RPI and Ken Palm and net, it's a great tool to kind of see where everyone's at.
Isn't it interesting? I think you look at college sports, things were one way for a period of time, and then the pendulum swings way the other direction. I mean, that's the case as it was related to player restrictions and how the power belonged to the schools. Now it's swung way the other way where there are no rules and the players can jump around as they choose and get money in a number of different ways. And so settling in the middle is something that needs to be done on that issue. But it's the same thing with how we decide who's a national champion. We got into discussions about a long time back with the BCS and the computer polls and all the numbers that were crunched. And then folks wanted to say, well, we need to be able to really have the human element and utilize the eye test. And so now then it's swung way the other direction. And I think a lot of the coaches do want to integrate some of the computer stuff back into the mix.
Yeah.
I've always been an advocate. I understand point spreads are designed to create equal betting on both sides, but I think having a Vegas element in there Vegas knows better than anybody, and so figuring out who would be favored in the head-to-head situation or how we would rank teams based upon their Vegas power index is something that I think could be used as well. But I think we're reminded a lot, especially by some of the athletic directors, that we're early in this thing. I mean, the college football playoff, we've got 1 year under our belt, and everybody wants to overreact. I certainly don't think it's time to panic, but I do think some tweaks need to be made, and we're seeing that, right? We're seeing in talks of reseeding. We're seeing the discussion on the 4 automatic berths for the Big Ten and the SEC, or the 5-11 model. So we'll get there. It's just a matter of taking what data we have here and trying to get better every year as we move forward.
It sounds like Butters in the background doesn't agree with anything you're saying.
Man, I got 4 dogs over here right now. So I got, I got both of my kids' dogs and my own 2. So it's a little hectic right now, bro.
All right, yeah. Look, I don't know that I've ever really done. So we did pregame in the SEC. I'm not sure that I've ever done a podcast with you where Butters wasn't a part of it.
Butters is my 50-pound golden doodle that when he was a little guy and we were doing radio in the morning, I would have him on my lap just so, he kind of keep him quiet, keep him calm. Now he thinks that he's entitled as a much bigger dog to sitting on my lap while we do a radio or podcast and stuff. So it's it is fun to have him, be up there with me, but he gets a little hot and heavy nowadays.
A couple more here, CD. The coach that you felt like kind of walked into the room, and we always talk about this every year at spring meetings, and certainly at media days as it gets closer to the season, but the coach that walked in with maybe the most confidence, almost like, I know I've got a good team.
Yeah, I'm not sure that anybody knows what they have right now, honestly, and that was one of the discussions that a lot of the coaches had, was like, just let's figure out this portal thing so I can know what I'm going into a season with and be able to build my team towards the season. So I look at it a little differently, and I think you would agree. Who's the coach that comes in feeling the most loose? And to me, it was Kirby Smart. I mean, Kirby, whether it was talking to us on the air or talking to us down at Seegers, it's a guy that was as loose as I've seen him. And I wonder, Hester, is it because he knows what he has? Or maybe there's a little bit of pressure off of him in a way after, a season, we say a disappointing season. He still won the SEC championship, but didn't necessarily make the waves in the postseason when we got into the college football playoff as much as we would have thought. But, I think people are kind of overlooking them a little bit. And I talked to some people that were recently out at spring practice. He's still got that passion. He's still got that drive. And most importantly, he's got the culture set up, the way that they go about practicing. I know there's a lot of coaches that are worried about, coaching guys too hard, and are they going to jump in the portal? Kirby's not afraid to coach. I mean, he coached you. You understand how hard he coached. I don't think he's changed, even though the way that the players are able to move around has changed. And so he coaches in a way that you want to be here, this is the way we're going to do things. And I don't know that a lot of other schools have things as strong with that locker room culture as what he does.
That's actually a great answer, because I was thinking maybe Sarkisian, he kind of came in and he had a smile on his face and he was great with us. But Kirby, that's the right answer. Kirby, and you and I, look, you played against him. I mean, I was coached by him. Like, we know him really well. And sometimes you'll get a Kirby that's, not very happy to be where he's at, and he's focused on team, and he doesn't really want to do that. But he was certainly more relaxed there. And also, CD, like, they don't have this, like, they've got expectations. It's Georgia, but not to the same level that they've had in recent years.
And it's funny because everybody's talking about Texas, right? Well, Georgia beat Texas twice last year. So until you can prove that you can get over that Georgia issue, I don't think it's time to crown the Longhorns yet by any means. But going back to something you said earlier, fans would be surprised at the relationships between different coaches that are at rival schools. Maybe one of my favorite conversations that we had was getting into how much respect I talked to Coach Burry the other day, and the way that he talked about Kirby Smart and how much he enjoys their friendship and playing golf together, and then listening to Kirby talk about Coach Burry. I mean, Kirby comes from a perspective of playing in that Florida-Georgia rivalry, as you mentioned in my years, where they didn't have a lot of success. So he can speak to it in a different way than a lot of other current Georgia players and fans can speak about it. So I think people would be shocked to see how much respect and deference there is amongst Coach Spurrier and Coach Smart.
All right, last thing, CD, one of the things that you and I always make sure we do for each other, if we've got a bet that we feel good about, we're going to share that. Our video producer, he's done this the last 2 years. You take every 1 seed in the regionals in college baseball, you just go straight money line against the 4 seed, and look, you bet $10 is going to win you $100. Now, you might want to bet a little bit more there. I went up a little bit there. But if you want to follow us, we're all doing it here in the room. And so if we can get a 4th member, the vibes only go up when you get people to jump on.
All right, so let me be clear. So we're taking all the number 1 seeds in the opening games today.
Yep. Just straight money line.
Seeds, straight money line.
Yeah.
So what's the average money line number right now between a 1 and 4 seed? Do we know?
Yeah, it kind of varies a little bit. But I think if you stack them all together, I think the odds are like right at plus 1,000. Totally.
So, if we lose one, if we win 9 and lose 1, are we losing money at that point in time?
I mean, yeah, look, we're done. I mean, we're not doing it like one of those parlays where it's like, an extended 5-legger where we're adding, days after. I mean, no, we're talking about just straight up parlaying all the 1 seeds together. Look, just throw $25 on it, throw the vibe our way, and if you win, dinner on us.
I got you. I didn't realize. I thought you were saying we were going to take each of them straight.
No. We are putting all of them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, I like that. I'm in.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm about to say I've never had to twist your arm for a bet.
No,
so.
I just wanted clarity so I knew what I was doing. But I'm always in. Whatever you tell me, I'm down for anything you tell me.
CD. By the way, I didn't. We didn't get a chance to get into your Bahamas trip. So maybe next time.
Yeah, we can skip that for now. It was fun, but I got home last night at about 11:30 after being on the road for a week, and I'm looking forward to sleeping in my own bed for the next couple of nights, and I'm looking forward to not having any alcohol for the next couple of days.
All right, there he is, our boy Chris Doring, SEC Network, Sirius XM. CD, always appreciate it, man. Look forward to seeing you here. Like 6 weeks or so, something like that. SEC Media Days. Love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Can't wait, bro. See you.
All right. There he is, our boy CD, who came straight, I think he does this every year, comes straight from the Bahamas to SEC spring meetings, stays on like an 8 or 9 day, I don't want to say bender. Bender feels like a little strong, but come on. Y'all know CD by this point. He's been doing this with us for a long time.
I would be
at 52 years young, too.
I would be exhausted.
Yeah, I have never seen somebody that can.
He looks great for 52.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
I thought he was like in his 40s.
Yeah.
I thought he was like 47, 48.
He would love it because he is my man. The one thing that he worries about a little bit is being 52.
Nah.
Yeah, but he looks great. Yeah, looks good. Keeps himself in shape and,
Eats chicken fajitas.
I sent y'all. Yes, I forgot about that.
Did you tell him the story behind the chicken fajita thing?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I did. And I also sent him I showed him. He's right next to me, the whole deal, like on our text thread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like me, Tay-Tay, Alondra, T-Bob, we're still on a text thread. And, T-Bob just thinks it's really weird that someone ordered chicken fajitas. And I backed up Tay-Tay because I'm like, no, look, I like steak.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to, eat healthy, you're trying to just have protein, low fat, you're going to go chicken. And so CD had the biggest play. By the way, I cannot believe I forgot this when he was on the phone. So, okay, we wrap up, and we've been doing interviews 8:30 a.m. to 6 at night. I mean, really nonstop outside of lunch and maybe a coffee break here or there. It's a long day, but we go to Cantina Laredo in Destin. They have one in the Port City. I love it. It's great, and it's easy to get into. It's great food, and we go there every year on Tuesday night. And then because after we got done, there's like a little beach mixer that Commissioner Sankey throws, and it's like standing around and like drinks and some finger foods and a lot of talking. I was like, man, I'm kind of talked out a little bit. So I went back to the room and caught up with Katie and Harlow on FaceTime, and then I met them at Cantina, and we get there, and after that's when we go to Seegers, and that is where all the coaches and the agents and everybody, we all get together and just have a good time, and we all catch up with each other. That's what we're talking about, seeing all these different coaches talk or whatever. So when you go there, you want to be presentable, so Doring's like, I'm not gonna get fajitas because I don't want to smell, like fajitas.
Because you got the bell pepper.
It's like everybody. It's like a body odor.
Yeah, it is
a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's not great.
Like,
if you go to a Mexican restaurant, you kind of got to go home after.
Right.
You don't really want to go out.
Right.
So I'm like, you're right. I was gonna get fajitas too. You're right. That's true. No fajitas. Man, I get back from the restroom. This SOB got fajitas. And not only did he get fajitas, he was sitting next to me.
Yeah.
So it was all blowing on me. So I didn't get to enjoy said fajitas, and I still smelled like it.
Right. Like if I knew you were going to get them, not at all.
Big plate of fajitas, too.
Not
it was pretty
huge
big.
plate of fajitas.
That's crazy.
I was like, CD, this is something PB would do, not you.
Right. And also, I didn't get them because I didn't want to smell.
I didn't want to smell like them.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
Golly.
Not Foxhole at all.
Not Foxhole.
You get all the downside, none of the reward.
And then I get to Seegers, right? and me and Scott Woodward are wearing the same poncho shirt.
No.
Same color, same pearl snap, same everything. I just embraced it. That's when I gave him a big hug. I'm like, hey, we're going to sit here, post it up, baby. Me and you.
I should have taken a picture.
I mean, Kirby. So, gosh, we're long, but I don't care. Who cares? It's our show. And then I get over to where Scott was sitting, and we're chopping it up. And so Josh Brooks, who is the athletic director at Georgia, was an equipment manager at LSU when I was here. It's crazy, right? And then Kirby was a coach. That is crazy. And so then we're all in the corners like a big 2003-4 reunion LSU.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then Kirby starts giving us hell for wearing the same shirt. I mean, it was a whole deal. The whole deal.
Look at you, little
smelling like
fajitas.
And didn't get to enjoy
with Kirby Smart.
the fajitas.
It would have been so funny. Somebody comes up and goes, "How are your fajitas, Jake?"
Oh, I felt it.
I don't know. I didn't have any.
I was trying to stand off in the back a little bit from it because of that. So, all right, that's a story from SEC spring meetings. We've got Todd Walker in 7 minutes. We come back, a little short segment here, and then we'll get to T-Dub, who is in the Coastal Carolina Regional, but certainly going to ask him some LSU questions as well. All coming your way here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Summer vacation is here. You're probably either going this weekend, next week, sometime coming up in the near future, you're going on a summer vacation. Now, the best part, even if it is this weekend, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't reserve a rental. It's too late. It's not too late. You can call Miss Lisa Sessions today in that rental department. Tell her what you're looking for. See if they have it available. Chances are they do. Midsize, full-size SUV, Sienna. If you're looking for the minivan. If you want a Tundra, Tacoma, you need a truck. For some reason, you're lucky to get away with your spouse and you need a sedan or hybrid. I don't know that world, but if you were lucky enough to do it, they've got that available because everything that they offer new and leasing, they offer in the rental department, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Back to Off the Bench.
There's nothing you can do or say.
All right, welcome back in OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge on this Friday morning. We've got Todd Walker here in a couple of minutes. We've got Matthew Clayton Flynn joining us. Well, I don't know why. I've always done that. Like with my closest friends, I always full name them.
I like it.
I like to do a full name.
I gotta be honest. I'm a little embarrassed because we in this room are far too close for me not to know y'all's middle name.
I was about to say
I don't actually don't know
Alondra,
anybody's.
hit me.
I don't have a middle name.
What?
I don't have a middle name.
The hell you mean?
I'm just Alondra Villarreal.
Did they forget to fill in the blank?
I guess so. I don't have a middle name.
I don't like that.
None of my siblings do either.
See, that's weird because like
no, I mean
Hispanics, I feel like usually have
Right.
hella names.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like
but
culturally
like,
that's true.
So my dad doesn't have a middle name, but my mom does. And then like in Mexico, they
Alondra blank space Villarreal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what your name's gonna be. Tay. Hold on.
We
Yours
know
is
this
gonna
one.
be so white.
Yeah, it is.
Mark.
No, it's
You're not far off.
It's not common. It does start with an M though.
Oh, Michael
Malone.
Yeah,
like the mailman.
Yeah, Malone.
Malone.
Like
It's,
Post.
I don't know, like it's my dad's middle name. It's his dad's middle name. I don't know where it started, but it's kind of like
Taylor
a family.
Malone.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Sharp.
family middle name.
Okay, wasn't going there. Blank
I'm not
space and
being-
Malone.
Yeah, I'm not being believed. I really don't have one. Like, you can check my ID. My birth
I'm gonna
certificate.
check it.
I really
Whip
don't
it
have
out.
one.
We got to see. Actually, yeah, clip that too with the I Love Alabama one. You can just clip that one too.
Clip that out.
A lot of clips today.
Whip it out. He wants to see. Wow. Any guesses to mine? Starts with a T.
Oh wait, I do know it actually.
Tay, do you know it? Starts with a T.
Taylor.
God no.
Can you
I mean,
imagine?
that's sorry.
Hell
That's
no.
the first name that came.
Alondra?
It's Troy.
Troy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After my grandfather.
After
Yeah.
Troy Aikman.
No. I was already born when he was playing for the Cowgirls. So I named my oldest son Jackson Troy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to junior. So my wife, her dad, and her brother, they're senior, junior. It's like big Chris, little Chris.
Yeah.
I don't really want that.
Right.
Calling, hey, is Chris there? Which one? So I did, Jackson.
Yeah.
My mom and mother-in-law call me Jack and him Jake almost every time they say our names.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
That is very mom and mother.
Yeah. So it's Jake Troy and Jack Troy.
Yeah.
And it's just, it gets confused by them. And then, Mom, I know you're listening probably. I didn't say that. What? I said Jake. No, you said Jack. And vice versa.
I do
My
like
grandma-
the family middle name though.
Yeah.
Like that's what me and
Yeah.
my dad did. You do that. Like my mom and sister have the same middle name, and then me and my dad have the same middle name.
Yeah.
My younger brother, you can tell he was in an accident. He don't have either of them's middle name, so
Poor fella.
his middle name's Matthew. So still M. So it's like me and dad are Malone. My mom and sister are Marie. I don't know where the hell Matthew came from. That's his middle name.
Yeah, my brothers, funny enough, and look, we're about to take a break. I get it. My brothers go by their middle name, and I don't.
I know
I
people
felt
like that.
I felt like, wait.
Yeah.
So I got an older brother that does and a younger brother that does, but I don't.
So you
Like,
have
does that make me special
Right.
or the odd one out?
I would say special.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I thought so as well.
Yeah.
I don't know his middle name, but I'll find it out during the break. Todd Walker joins us when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to boudreauxelectrical.com, boudreauxelectrical.com, because believe you me, you do not want to be without power right now. Just not something that you want, because if you are going to probably have to go get a hotel room, because that means your AC is going to be off. And if your AC is off here in South Louisiana in the month of May, it is going to be the worst case scenario. So if you have Boudreaux and the team, they come out and they install that whole home generator that we talk about, you don't have to worry about that because as soon as the power goes out, it kicks on, right? There is no time in between that you're going to have to wait and not have power. I mean, it is immediate. And so you don't have to replace everything in the refrigerator. You don't have to worry about replacing everything in the freezer. You don't have to worry about sweating, right? And having to go get a hotel room because everything is going to immediately kick on. Go to the website today. That's boudreauxelectrical.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Is Off the Bench.
He gonna sing a song for y'all about this girl. Coming right here? Yeah. Come on.
On that sunny day.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Going to go to the phone lines now. I got our guy Todd Walker, of course, LSU Baseball legend, SEC Network, ESPN, out in Conway, South Carolina, covering that Coastal Carolina Regional. T-Dub, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Everything's good, Jake. How are you?
Doing well. How's the weather there? I mean, South Carolina, you're kind of by the beach because, as you can probably guess, and as you probably know, because I'm sure you left North Louisiana not that long ago, it's hotter than hot here. So how's the weather in South Carolina?
It's cool, but overcast. We had a lot of rain last night. In fact, I've never heard lightning and thunder that loud last night. I mean, it was hitting right outside the stadium, it seemed like. So, but it looks pretty clear today for two games. We have good ones today. Florida plays East Carolina, and then Coastal Carolina plays tonight against Fairfield.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, maybe that's just an omen of what is expected there at the ballpark, because we were talking about some of our favorite regionals and ones that we think are going to be highly competitive. And Todd, you might have one of the most competitive ones there because, I mean, I truly do think there's multiple teams. I mean, obviously, like East Carolina is somebody that they didn't have the year they typically have, but we know what that baseball program is. And then you throw that in there with Coastal, with Florida. I'm expecting that to be a dogfight.
The automatic bids are all on a winning streak, meaning they won their tournament, and so they're all feeling good about themselves. East Carolina is one of those teams that Cliff Godwin, the coach, told us yesterday that, they were dead 2 weeks ago, and they've just gotten hot. So when they ask us during the course of the year to predict this stuff, there's really no predicting it, as we've seen with the change of the number one team in the country over the course of the year. Texas was number one at one time. LSU's number one now. So it's who's hot at the right time, that. And so right now, Coastal Carolina's won 18 games in a row. Florida has beaten SEC teams 15 in the last 20 after they had that bad start. So, everybody's playing well in this regional for sure.
So, Todd, as you're kind of, going and doing the deep dive and some analytics into like all these different matchups, like, have you figured out what makes Coastal Carolina so good this year? And look, I mean, they've won national championships. It's not like they haven't been good, but you just mentioned like the heater that they're on. I mean, and that's a good conference they play in as well. I mean, there's multiple teams that are hosting out of that conference. And so this isn't like one of those one bid leagues. I mean, it's a good league that you got to bring it every single series, and they've dominated.
Starts with pitching. So I've always said, everybody wants to say pitching and defense wins baseball, but it's pitching. I played behind Pedro Martinez when he struck out 16, and the defense is easy. So if you got guys who can get a lot of swing and misses on the mound, you're going to win. Coastal has that. They've got a 6'8" kid as their ace, Morrison. They back him up with a 6'6" guy that I think they're throwing today. So there's big tilt on those fastballs with some big leverage curveballs. And, traditionally Coastal's built offensively. This year it's the opposite. They got pitching. But what they will do is bunch you, and I think they lead the nation in hit by pitches. So they're gonna beat you to death with the on-base percentage and just the small ball. It is a big ballpark, especially in center field. It's 390 to center with like a 20-foot wall. So it's not like you're going to bang out a ton of home runs here.
Yeah.
So they play to their ballpark, and Coastal does the old school baseball, I guess you would call it.
When you look at what, Florida has done, you mentioned, 15 out of 20 in the SEC. And, I mean, it looked like they were left for dead early in the season. And they were one of those teams that we were shocked by, like Texas A&M. And every time it felt like Texas A&M started to find their way, Todd, and then they'd lose a series. And they find their way, and they get swept by Missouri. Like, that wasn't the case for Florida. Like, what has been the difference for Florida now compared to early in the season?
Throwing strikes. So early in the year, it was Florida and Missouri at the bottom of the league and giving up the most walks and basically free passes, with hit by pitches. And then the problem with walks isn't necessarily that you're putting a guy on base. It's that the other guys, if you're having that much of an issue with accuracy, then the rest of the guys you're facing, you're putting them in hitters' counts.
Yeah.
And so then they're able to sit on the fastball, and that was their issue early. Now Liam Peterson, their ace, who already throws 98, 99 miles an hour, has figured out the off speed. He's landing his curveballs for strikes now. He can throw those in hitters' counts. Aiden King emerged as like a real dude as a freshman. He's got a 3-4 pitch mix, throws them all for strikes. Jake Clemente, they put in the back end of the games now, and so he also is filling up the zone, and he shortens the games. So now you put Jake Clemente in for the 8th and 9th, it's a 7-inning game because he doesn't give it up. So they've still had an issue with the injuries, though. Colby Shelton, their best player, I guess, shortstop, he's out. They lost their catcher, Heyman. He's out. And then right when they got Ty Evans back, who had a big Omaha a few years ago, hit 4 or 5 home runs. So they got a few guys back and then lost a few more. So injuries have been a big problem for Florida.
Catching up with SEC Network ESPN's Todd Walker here on OTB. Todd, I know you're there covering that regional. Great breakdown there. But also, like all of us, you're eye hustling what's going on here in Baton Rouge. And I really just want to ask you, with the situation that LSU has at the top of their pitching staff with the best 1-2 punch in the country, how would you format who you pitch and when you pitch them in a regional, knowing that you've got two guys that would be in the conversation for the, individually as best pitchers in the country? Like, how would you maybe handle putting them out there and when you put them out there? Would you just say, hey, from game one, we're going Cade Anderson and we'll figure it out later?
That's a beautiful thing because, in the past, remember when they threw Paul Skeens against Tulane? Tulane had a losing record coming into the regional, and so everybody was like, save Paul Skeens for game 2. Well, if you lose game 1, you're in big, big trouble, and you got a lot of questions to answer. So Jay is not traditionally pitched off. That being said, they got Anthony Ianson and Cade Anderson, to your point. Either one of them can go game 1, and then you got the other for game 2. So it's a good problem. It's not a problem. It's a good thing to have because you don't have to make that decision about throwing your ace on game 1 against a 4 seed. So they're in good shape. The offense has to get going. We've seen moments where they're just disappeared. I think the whole offense revolves around Derek Curiel, and that's not to put a lot of pressure on the freshman. But if he gets on, then a lot of chaos starts to happen. If Derek Curiel goes 0 for 4, 0 for 5, then they have issues, and Jared Jones has nobody to hit a home run and knock in. So the offense is a little spooky at times, but of course that's probably everybody. It comes and goes. That's the way it works. LSU's just got to hope that it gets hot here at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. As good as the pitching is, and it's not just those two guys up at the top of the rotation. I mean, you look at what Jaden Newt was able to do against Ole Miss. I mean, that was a great outing. They just didn't give him any run support. Chase Shores has come back to life as of late. He's coming back from that injury, so he's obviously going to continue to get stronger. And Kason Evans and Cowan at the back end. Todd, it does feel like they have enough pieces, not just the two starters in their pitching staff. I mean, it truly does feel like it all comes down to the offense for LSU.
100%. And that's what I just said. Pitching wins championships, and LSU does have it, to your point. Rizzi, the big 6'9" dude. I mean, they've got 5 or 6 options back there that I haven't talked to Jay, but I think that him and Yeski trust. At this point of the year, you might have 13 or 14 kids on the roster. You might trust 5 of them. So I think LSU's in good shape, both on the front end and the back end on the staff. You're right. They just need to scratch a few runs across, but they should be okay in this regional. It's the Super is when it gets interesting.
Any other SEC team maybe that you're kind of eye hustling? Maybe they're going to have a tough time getting out of the regional as far as the ones that are expected to advance. We were talking about Ole Miss earlier, Todd, and you've got Georgia Tech, who won the ACC regular season. You got Western Kentucky, who's won a ton of games, and they're your 3 seed in that regional. I mean, Ole Miss certainly earned the right to host what they did in Hoover, but the committee didn't do them any favors placing easy teams in their regional.
Georgia Tech should have hosted.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're not, wherever they went, that regional was going to be a lot tougher, and Ole Miss happens to be the bad luck recipient of Georgia Tech. They're very, very good. Danny Hall's in his last year coaching that team. Scott Strickland, who was the old Georgia head coach, is under Danny Hall. They were both together at Kent State, so a lot of baseball knowledge at Georgia Tech. So that, you're right, that's a tough one. Ole Miss made a great run in the SEC tournament, which should make a lot of people in Oxford, excited about this group. Riley Maddox has, a 5.5 ERA, I think, but he pitches better than that. And, of course, they've got one of the best pitchers in the country, too, in Hunter Elliott, who I think they may be doing what we just said. They may be holding Hunter Elliott for game 2, which might be Georgia Tech.
Right.
And so Riley Maddox. But that's okay. I mean, Riley Maddox looked really good in the tournament. And their bullpen, Ole Miss's bullpen is one of the best in the country. So back to the old statement, again, they can really pitch it. So I like Ole Miss. To your question earlier, I like Arkansas. Because of their well-balanced group, although they can really bash it around. They got 9 300 hitters, and all the home runs they hit, the Loy brothers, and on and on and on. Arkansas is really good. So I like Arkansas. I like Ole Miss, LSU's chances. And here, Florida is playing well. So, we could have 8 SEC teams in Omaha this year, the way it plays out. So last year we had 4. I think we'll at least get 5 or 6 this year.
All right, last thing before we let you go, Todd, we always appreciate the time. What's the setup today for you to watch Houston Christian take on the Texas Longhorns? Obviously, I mean, I know you're incredibly proud of your son. They make a run in the Southland Conference tournament. You and I believe on the Sirius XM show, we were talking about it because you had gone to a game, and you're going back home, and you're going to go back and watch them again. They get it done. They're going to be in postseason baseball. So what's the setup? And, I mean, have you given your son, the good word of postseason baseball since you've been through it so many times?
It's cool, to watch that side of it, the mid-majors having to fight their way into this tournament, because you watch a conference like SEC get 13 teams in, and I watched Houston Christian have to fight through 11 teams down to 8 for the tournament, 2 14 pods, You had to win your side. Then you had to play 2 out of 3 against UNO. Then they won that. And then they get in, and their reward is they get to play this number 2 team in the country in Texas. So I got to see the backside of it because I've always seen the front side of it, my whole life. But no, Jack and I talked a little bit. He knows what he's doing. At this point, it's just I told him energy and focus, and everything else takes care of itself. But ultimately, enjoy the moment, man. Look around every once in a while, see where you're at. Don't worry about the results, and don't let that steal your joy of something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. Whether you win or lose, this is a special moment.
Without question, man. I know you're incredibly proud, as you should be. Todd, you're the man. We appreciate your time. Certainly going to be listening to you on the call there in the Coastal Carolina Regional. And thanks for hopping on with us, and we'll catch up again soon.
All right, Jake. Thank you.
All right, there is LSU baseball legend Todd Walker, good enough to join us. And if you don't know, his son, Jack, does play for Houston Christian, and I believe he started his career at Louisiana Tech, transferred to Houston Christian, and they, as the 6th seed, went through the Southland Conference tournament. They beat UNO in the championship series, and they are now going to be playing number 1 Texas. I believe that game is a 1 o'clock first pitch, but very cool moment for Todd and the family. All right, we will step away about 10 minutes from now. Well, we'll see. 10 minutes from now, we think Matt Flynn is going to join the show one last time as like a guest, a fill-in, or whatever you want to call it, as we lead him in to him having to wake up every single day and be here on time every single day. So his last freebie, Matt Flynn joins us in about 10 minutes on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, we are very excited to be working with Rouse's. I mean, it all came into play. T-Bob finally gives me the gift card, and then everything just kind of works itself out. And I've already shopped at Rouse's. It is my go-to spot. If you're looking for My High, like one of the few spots you're going to get it is Rouse's, right? So go support our boy Flynn. It's a great product. That's why Rouse's carries it, because that's all they're going to carry over at Rouse's. But something we've been telling you about over the last couple of weeks, live and boiled crawfish, okay? So you can get hot boiled Louisiana crawfish daily over at Rouse's. That is 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. while supplies last. And so that's an incredible value, but we always encourage you. Go to Rouse's.com, put in your zip code. It's going to pull up the Rouse's closest to you. It's going to give you all the weekly ads. I just did it on my phone. Incredibly easy. Go get you some boiled crawfish, Rouse's.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but it's...
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
What you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk?
I'ma get you drunk, get you love drunk off my hump, 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 my lovely little lumps. Check it out. I drive these brothers crazy. I do it on the daily. They treat me really nicely. They buy me all these ices, Dolce and Gabbana, Fendi and Adana. Karen, they be sharing all their money. Got me wearing fly. Girl, I ain't asking.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. And you know I am going to let a song breathe. That is one thing you can bet with me sitting over here. Songs are going to breathe. They are going to get many deep breaths.
This is a good one.
It's a good song.
It's got me like wanting to dance.
Like,
but it's Friday.
this is gonna sound like super dorky because it's like me trying to brag. I hope y'all know me by now. That's not what I'm trying to do. When I had will.i.am in the Vegas Super Bowl, and I knew Usher was performing, and I knew they had collabed, like when I asked him, like almost like he hadn't been asked, like people were guessing other people. I'm like, so like you're getting up there with Usher, right? And he's like looked at me and like didn't say anything.
Like, what do you know?
Yeah. And then like afterward he goes, man, like nobody asked me that yet. And I'm like, what's that mean? What's that mean? Well, you gonna be up there? And he was for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He was
still
up there. I was like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Got you,
Should have done a
Will.
little insider trading, made a bet.
Yeah. Oh,
like who comes out with him? Will.i.am?
Yeah, see, I ain't going to jail for will.i.am. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like, no, like, it's good at his job.
Yeah.
But I ain't going to jail for will.i.am.
No.
There's a couple of artists, maybe I think about it, and ain't will.i.am.
No, not will.i.am.
No, I ain't going to. Like, I would try to, like, get some brownie points with my wife, like with Morgan Wallen or something.
Yeah.
Like, because that's her favorite, but Will, great at your job. I'm just not going to prison for it.
No.
And those
That's
odds
unreasonable to think so.
Yeah. All right, when we come back to kick off hour number 3, the first/last flustering, I don't know how to say it, but Matt Flynn will be here.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to Your Goodwood. It's funny. That's the one coming up when Flynn's coming on. YourGoodwood.com is the website. Check out a full list of services that they can help you out with. You can check out pricing right there on the website. But if you don't, and we always encourage you, like if you don't see it on the website, like you go to a list of services, you're like, well, I don't really know if that falls into that category. Please do me a favor and book a consultation, bottom right corner of YourGoodwood.com. Have a conversation with them because chances are they're going to be able to help you. And I always encourage you to pick up the phone. Give them a call. 225-4GD-WOOD is the number. Have that conversation. Like, you do not need to be embarrassed to make that phone call because in life, if you have a problem, well, you want an answer to that problem, and YourGoodwood.com is going to be able to give it to you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Good morning. It's a 9 a.m. here on Friday, May 30th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 86. In hour 3 of today's show, the Matt Flynn kickoff party. He joins as the new member of OTB and kind of putting a bow on flustering. We'll see where this hour goes. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench.
This is what we have been waiting for. The hype is over.
Off the Bench.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester.
And Matt Flynn, big voice lady. Man,
I hope she's got some good ones.
I hope so, because we're not going to play some of them.
I know Taylor and Alondra have been working their tails off.
One thing
40 that I was sent.
Seems excessive.
Maybe 3 usable ones.
Okay, all right.
Do we pay pay per word?
I hope not.
From voice lady?
Oh, that's above my pay grade, so I don't know.
One syllable, word, letter, sentence.
I don't know. Imagine that being your job. Like, you sit down and you get a sheet of liners, and you're just going through them, probably saying each one 5 to 6 times, and different styles and different pausing points. Like, no offense to her, I mean, I hate the way she's like, the 7th rank. I'm like, why are you saying it like that though? Why is it condescending? That's an actual ranking.
Like, that's what we're ranked.
That's what we're ranked.
Sorry.
By the way,
it is the voice
we
for
can,
this show.
Yeah.
We can keep that one. I don't think Barrett re-rank shows if you have a new host.
That's true.
I'm keeping it.
So we're still 7 for at least another.
That's why we kept the name, because we wanted to maintain the rank.
Not even right. That's like 90% of what we were thinking of when we kept the name.
Off the bench is ranked.
I don't know who number 6 is, but we coming for that.
Well, I'm saying we can't move. We can't move up either for a year.
What do you mean?
They don't.
till the next
If you
year.
have a new host, they don't re-rank you.
Well, yeah.
So we're at 7 for at least another year.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
They'll come out.
So
There's
we're
rules
keeping
with
it.
this?
I think so, yeah.
Well, they'll come out with a list next year, and we'll be
Probably
7.
Who made?
They're gonna be 6.
Who made them the bosses?
I think
of
we'll be
ranking.
5th.
Okay.
We
I'll
jumped
take
2
fifth.
spots. Like we went from 9th
Look,
to 7th.
Mac and Cubes are first.
They're going down.
Like, come on.
They're going down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I agree. They are going down.
Birmingham.
How many SEC championships does Cole have? None.
None.
How many natties does Cole have? None.
0.
I don't know how many championships McElroy has.
either.
1. He have 1
Oh, he's not-
natty.
he didn't
I
count.
don't know if he
Yeah.
does.
McElroy didn't
I
even.
mean, you
get-
got to basically just give those to Saban.
He didn't even get vested
Right.
in the NFL. Couldn't be us.
Lame.
Could not be us.
Birmingham, though, like Baton Rouge, we're way better than Birmingham. It's not even close.
I say we come after the top spot.
Top spot.
I want
Yeah.
to get like 5 would be cool,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to be number 1.
I want to be number 1.
And anytime you want to get this slappy over here motivated, just give me competition.
Mm-hmm.
2010 has a natty.
I wasn't
Yeah, I
going
knew
to
he had
learn
one,
people's
at least.
names.
Knew he had 1.
I wasn't going to learn people's names on the team and learn about sports.
Which team?
But
Which
until
team?
this
we
conversation.
we just need you.
Now.
We just need you to learn names on 2 teams.
I can promise
The New Orleans
everybody
Saints
at home,
and LSU
I
football.
can promise you one thing. I'm going to know minimum 10 LSU football player names this year. Minimum.
Okay, you can do 10.
Can you
right
name
now.
10? Yeah, I was going to say, can you name 10 right now? I feel like you can.
I don't even want you to try because I see the wheel spinning.
No. Well, let's tease that for Monday. we'll tease that for Monday.
Flynn's got
On
some weekend
Monday.
homework.
Flynn will name 10
I'm a
LSU
crunch
football
time guy.
players.
Like I never studied until the night before. So Sunday night,
Well, if you want to beat Mac and Cube,
I mean, because my God, Cole could give you the center for the Vanderbilt Commodores in 1983.
well, you're kind of like that's pot calling the kettle black a little.
I mean, he's even more so than me.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think so.
You're pretty pretty darn impressive when it comes to that stuff.
Thank you.
Are you really good with people's like when you meet people, they're remembering their names?
I have a system.
Like you got a system,
I got a
or you're just
system.
like natural? Have you always been pretty good at it?
I don't know because I've had my system for a long time. Like if I meet somebody, like I am going to like. If their name's Michael, then I'm like 23 Bulls, 23.
23 Bulls,
Like,
Bulls.
you
Ooh,
know what I
that
mean?
also teaches you to learn players' names and numbers. Good
Yeah.
for
Like, so
you.
anybody like I know, like any phone number, any like, you know, hey, here's your code in your email. You got to go back to the website and place it in.
Mhm.
You know, I'm like Marino Elway Stallback. You know, like I keep saying it over to myself, and then I put the number in.
That's
Were you?
interesting. See, I've tried to implement a system like saying their name like 10 times after I meet them.
yeah.
I suck with names, and I consider myself like a fairly like intelligent human being, but I cannot remember names for that. Watch the facial expressions, pal. I can't remember names for the life of me.
General Studies major,
And it
Matthew
sucks.
Clayton Flynn.
It sucks. Like it's hello. What's up, man? Hey, Matt, nice to meet
that
you.
what you
Then
hear?
as soon as they say the names, it sounds like the mom from like the Muppets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like
Have you tried repeating it back to them?
I've
like
tried,
if they're like, "Hey, I'm Michael."
Yeah.
Michael, nice to meet you.
and like, you know what? Okay, I can do that.
You
I
gotta
kind of
pull
say it in
the-
my head.
or like
I'll-
on House
I'll-
Bunny
Oh, on House Bunny.
when she's like
Oh,
Anna
yeah,
Faris.
yeah. Uh-huh.
She's like Michael.
Michael.
It's better. It's better if you run into the guy because like for us, like if you run into another dude and they
Yeah.
know you, you're just like, oh hey man,
Yeah, what's up, man? Like,
keep going.
Hey,
Yeah.
bud.
that's like my theme. It's like, what's up, man?
What? Okay.
Yeah. And
What's
it
up, man?
sucks. 'Cause I
Is
want to
that
know
your-
everyone's name.
Is man your go-to? Like, what's up, man?
Bud, man.
Oh, you a bud?
You're a
What's
bud
up, bud?
person.
I'm a bud. I'm not a coach
You know
guy.
who else is a bud?
Who?
Greg
Greg
McElroy.
McElroy.
Oh, yeah, not a bud anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Alondra, what's yours? Like, if you don't know somebody's name.
What up, bro?
Oh, bro.
Bro's
okay.
a good one. Oh, yeah,
Bro's a good
you're
one.
right. I use
Bro
bro.
feels
a lot.
What up, bro?
personal. Like you're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, bros. Yeah.
Or I even lengthen it
Hey,
out
Tay.
sometimes and go
I just-
brother.
Yeah.
I
What's
go,
up, brother?
brother. I was about to say, mine's, what's up, brother?
Yeah. What's up,
Yeah.
brother?
What up, brother?
But I like, but you never know if I know your name or not because I tell that to my friends too. I
Yeah.
don't always use people's names.
Yeah.
But I know like somebody's name is the most important name in the world to them.
True.
And it sucks to not know it.
Did you
I
ever
want
know?
to.
Did you ever know? Well, like if Alvin growing up didn't know somebody's name, did you know he was BSing? I always tell this story. I knew my dad was because
Good
if my
question.
dad doesn't know you, so still to this day, my father, who's about to be 68 years old, he still does this. If you see Joey Hester in Shreveport and he calls you Easy Money, he does not know
Easy
you.
Money.
What's up, Easy Money?
He
does not know you. You
What's
know
up,
him,
Easy Money?
but he
I
does
like
not
this.
know you.
I do like Easy Money.
I like it because no
That's
one
very
goes
smooth.
with that. So it's like, oh, he took the time to call me. That's my nickname.
Yeah.
That's not
He
a
gave
nickname
that
for
to
everybody
me.
else. That's
Right.
my nickname.
Hey, what's
like,
up,
I go,
Easy Money?
I go,
I'm
hey,
Easy
man.
Money.
I go, hey,
I'm
man,
telling
to
you.
everybody. Like,
Yeah.
that's a generic. Like,
Yeah,
people are-
you are. I've heard you're Hey Man.
I'm a hey man.
Hey Man.
Hey, man. How many people took the name Easy Money and ran with it?
Like that he said it too?
Like now it's their grandfather name.
Yeah.
Like his grandkids call him Easy Money.
Yeah.
Because of that one conversation where your dad had no clue who he was.
Not an idea. And I knew it, and I'd be like, I caught on to it like at a very young age. I'm like, Dad, you had no clue who that was.
They changed their Facebook name. It's like Brad
Yeah,
Easy Money Jones or something.
It kind of feels like a dig too.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Like
slap in
whatever
the
that
face.
person does for a living, like you're saying, it's like easy money for them. I don't know.
God, this guy's incredible.
I mean,
call me Easy Money.
He must really like me.
That's my granddad name.
I can't
Easy
believe
Money.
you were.
I love you, Easy
I
Money.
can't believe you were a Bud guy though. We got to get rid of that.
Nah, you can't be calling
Don't
people
like Bud.
Bud.
Hey, buddy.
You know what? I now that I think about it, I'm more of a bro than a bud. I'm a hey man
Yeah.
and a hey bro.
What up, bro? Hey, bro.
What up, bro?
What up, bro?
I feel so
I
coward.
say a lot of dude.
Well, like if
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude feels aggressive.
Really?
What's up, dude?
Hey, dude.
dudes.
What up, dude?
It's a
What up,
great
dude?
90s sitcom. Hey, dude. But you can't use that.
They
It's
don't.
aggressive.
Do you think that either one of these children back here know Hey Dude?
I don't know that show.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
I'm wearing Hey Dudes. The shoes.
That's
Currently.
not- that can't be a thing.
Currently
are a
wearing
thing.
them. Look.
There's a thing.
I'm
They're
surprised you don't have
called
any.
Hey Dudes?
They're very dad shoes.
No.
Like they're
Let me
very
see
Tay Tay shoes too.
No.
Oh yeah, they're like beach
they're a
style.
thing.
Everybody in my family, like my brother-in-law's got like 10
I feel
pair
like
of these.
there's
Yeah.
like 1,000 brands that make that shoe.
Yeah.
They do. I have another
A
one
new one.
that looks like this that ain't this brand.
Ooh.
They used to sell those at the Buckle, I think.
No, it's the thing. You go to the beach,
At
bro.
Buckle, yeah.
Everybody's got them on. It's
Man,
like
I can't go to Buckle.
Alvin's?
They piss me off.
Oh, wait, what'd the Buckle do?
Well, they're just so aggressive. Like
Oh,
they
yeah,
will
they
not let
ask.
you shop around.
My God.
Like
What?
last time I
What's
went
the
there.
point of it?
Well, I guess because they probably make like money off of
Mm-hmm.
commission or whatever, so they are so aggressive. Like last time I went, she asked me what my name was. She was like,
Did you tell her your middle name?
I don't have a middle name.
Blank space.
Blank space. But they don't let you shop around. They're
I
like,
hate
can I
it.
get a room started for you? Let me show you these jeans right here.
Let me
and
show
I'm
you
like,
these bedazzled jeans we have here at the
yeah,
Buckle.
right.
There ain't
These
no-
miss
These
me.
rhinestones are great.
These miss me jeans, and like it's so annoying.
There ain't no way that a teenager working at the Buckle in the mall
Yes.
is set up on a commission type situation. They're just lazy.
No. It's only the Buckle, though.
It's
I
only
truly think
Buckle.
they do.
I avoid, and I
What?
love the stuff that they
Look
have
that
in
up.
there. They have like really cool graphic tees, and honestly, I'm making fun of the jeans, but some of their jeans are pretty good too. Like, but I avoid that store at all costs because the employees are so annoying. Sorry.
High school
To
for
anybody
you
that
was
works
No,
that?
anybody that works at the Buckle, like you
Like,
know what
lay
we're
off.
talking about.
Lay off.
It's not like we're telling you
Yeah,
new
bro.
information.
So what, they're
you
just
know that
driving
you're
me
annoying.
away from
so
the
they're just
store.
aggressive.
Yeah.
I've actually never stepped foot in a
Oh
Buckle.
my ass! You know you had an affliction shirt from the Buckle.
No, I've actually. I passed it when
Doc
I'm looking,
Martens.
There's no
and I see
doubt.
the
I
name
love
Buckle,
Docs.
and my thought is, well, they sell jeans. I don't really need any. So I've never been into a Buckle.
You know what's funny about like when we used to go to the Buckle, like Doc Martens and Birkenstocks
Yeah.
are back and
Yeah.
are like back.
Yeah.
And they were back like when the Buckle was popping.
Yeah.
It was going off back in the day when malls were cool.
I want to say like the only thing I bought outside of Doc Martens and Burks from the Buckle, I think they had Lucky Brand at
Lucky
one point.
Brand.
I
And
love Lucky
Yes.
Brand.
Jeans and cologne.
So I wore number 13 in high school, and a lot of people stayed away from 13 stuff. Like hotels don't have a 13th floor
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
an unlucky number. But Lucky Brand used 13
Yeah.
on a lot of their stuff, and it
Like
was like
that.
the only thing where I could get number 13 on.
I love Lucky. I still shop
I
at
had
Lucky
some of that
Brand.
Lucky.
I got Lucky Brand
cologne,
jeans. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I still
Lucky
have some.
jeans. Goodness
They
gracious.
still have great clothes
So
and always have a good sale.
Okay,
Yeah.
they have standalone Lucky Brands.
Not here, but
No?
they still have them in some places. In Texas, they have them. They have one at the Outlet Mall. They have one at La Cantera. They got them.
All right,
Man,
so
I don't
chill
know.
out with the Texas call just because Flynn's here.
I get my jeans from 2 places. It's either Target or Old Navy. That's where we at.
You get jeans from Target?
These are probably Target jeans. Yeah, most of them are from Old Navy, but I think these are actually probably Target jeans. Bro, they're like $30 a pair.
Old
You can't beat it.
Navy is so on brand that it hurts.
Right.
But I'm a little surprised about the Target.
So
Target's got some good stuff.
Target's got some. I mean, I don't.
They're
I hadn't bought a pair of jeans
I don't think
in
I
a
have
decade.
jeans from there, but
They're comfy. I probably only have
one.
I probably only have one pair left just because, like, I live in Walker. There's an Old Navy at Jubin. I got to go all the way to, like, Millerville for a Target, so I don't really go there anymore.
All the way to Millerville.
All the way.
Well, I'm just saying for jeans,
Couple
I can go
exits
10 minutes
out.
down the
For
road
jeans,
or I
that's
can
a
go
good point.
20. Why would I go 20 when I can go 10?
I mean, Old Navy, when they started popping off, I guess we were in middle school.
Old Navy.
When
Old
they
Navy.
started popping up because of the
jeans.
like
Yeah.
their commercials, and I was like, man, these prices are unbelievable. We had a lot of Old Navy.
All right, it's going to take you probably a little bit, Tay, so I'm not going to be T-Bob and yell at you like a minute from now. But look up, was it Gap or Old Navy? They might have been Gap. Like they had the Call Me Mellow Yellow commercial. It might have been the Gap. At some point, we'll find that, and it will be so like when Flynn and I were in middle school, high school, it hurts.
Just
You're going to remember it. You're going to see it and be like, oh,
when
yeah.
you
Because
so
the Gap
when-
used to have some
when you were in high school,
banger commercials.
did y'all suit up in your letter jackets and go walk the mall?
I
mean, not $1 in your pocket for sure, but like
So I don't know why, but at Evangel, and it's not because we didn't do things every other high school did, but letter jackets weren't a big deal. I don't know why. It's a good question because
it
you would
seems like
think,
it'd be like on brand.
oh,
I mean, we did. Like we
highlights,
wore it.
jeans, letter jacket,
Puka shells,
Birkenstocks.
I mean, basically, y'all probably had Shreveport could probably sustain like a standalone Abercrombie and Fitch because of Evangel. Like it didn't have
no
to be in the mall.
doubt.
Like it was.
Hollister and
It was the size
and
of
Abercrombie
Dillard's,
could be
probably.
by each other and it would thrive.
Oh my
like
gosh.
next
Tay
to
found
each
it.
other. No way, that fast?
Yeah,
It's because he doesn't have T-Bob.
Okay.
Like
Was it
yelling
Gap?
at
Was
him.
it a
Normally, T-Bob's like, find one. I'm like, there's 10 of them. Just play it. I play it. That's not the one I wanted. I'm like, well,
Idiot.
you got to tell me, dude.
All right, here
It's,
is it Gap,
Gap.
or okay?
It's
Here's
Gap.
the Gap commercials when Flynn and I were growing up.
I'm just mad about saffron.
Saffron's mad about me. I'm just mad about saffron.
She's just mad about me. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow.
In
Everybody.
cords.
Incredible.
Corduroys is what they were trying to sell there.
I feel like a lot of that style's back.
Well,
That was that was what
yeah,
was
that style's
cool
back,
when
yeah.
we were in.
As soon as you saw that, you
middle
were
high
running
school.
to get you I don't know what
a turtleneck?
a Gap. What'd you get a Gap?
No, like solid staples, I believe is what
Yeah.
they call those, because they were like black, white, cream. Maybe you went a little crazy with like a pale blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
But that
were
was
the
selling corduroy
neutrals.
pants.
I mean, I wasn't
The
wearing
neutrals.
much more than a T-shirt back in the day. So, like, if I could get a nice, like, just navy T-shirt. Problem is like all this Old
This
Navy
song's kind of a
Gaps.
banger though.
Old
Yeah,
Navy Gaps.
It
They
kind of
like,
was.
It's by I believe the guy. It's like a 1960s song by
I'm
Donovan.
pretty sure I recognize some of those faces too.
Guy
It's
in
like
the front
young,
looks
young
like Andrew
actors,
Garfield.
actresses. Like that girl at the end. Feel like she's
All right,
somebody.
guy,
All right,
like,
run it back. Run it back.
Run it back.
Run it back.
Run
Let's
it
see if
back.
we
The,
can
the
now
guy
let
at the
him-
front looks like one of the Spider-Man dudes.
All right, I'm gonna
He
be
looks,
looking.
yeah, he looks like Andrew Garfield.
Run it
Yeah,
back.
it looks
Here
like
we go.
Andrew
Ooh, that
Garfield.
does look like Andrew
And the
Garfield.
girl at the
Sound or
end
no?
looks like
I'll do the sound. That might be Andrew Garfield.
Do we want sound or no sound?
I kind of like the sound.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna
But
be
look,
honest.
before we play it, like, look, that's Andrew
That's
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
That
It's
has
got-
to be Andrew Garfield.
Just mad about saffron.
Saffron's mad about me. I'm just mad about saffron.
She's just mad about me. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow.
Yeah.
I think she was in The Office for a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
that's the girl
Is that
from
her?
Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I Love You, Man. I Love You, Man.
She was so hang on.
Or is that
She's
Leah
like
Rennie?
Quincy
Or is that the Leah
some-
Rennie girl?
Quincy
No,
Jones.
that's her.
Rashida
So it's
Jones.
Rashida Jones.
Jones.
Rashida Jones. Definitely her.
And I think I actually know who that other guy was.
I don't know, but I would bet you $1 to a donut that 80% of that commercial was on a WB/CW show at some point.
Yep.
Maybe not a star, but a recurring role
Right.
or in one of those shows.
Or a Lifetime Christmas movie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's too easy.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in one of those. I'm surprised you
All
haven't
those,
been in one.
most of those people had illustrious acting careers, made tens of hundreds of dollars.
Tens of hundreds.
I didn't know where you're going to go there. I was like, is he going to go thousands, millions? Nobody's made $1 million from the Mellow Yellow commercial.
Bud. Hundreds.
Yeah.
I think they're still
Tens
getting.
of hundreds.
I don't even remember how he got here. It started with the buckle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's him. Tay has this.
Yeah, hang on. Let me. Okay, this guy right here. That guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Looks a lot like this actor that I just thought of. Boom, that guy.
That's a Lawrence brother.
Yeah, that's Matthew Lawrence. It looks like him. I mean, there's
Kinda
him
does
there.
look like him.
And then there he is there. Like,
Kinda, yeah.
It may not be him. That's just who I thought of when I
think he's got a little bit more aggressive eyebrows.
Yeah, he's got more my eyebrows,
True.
the
But
caterpillars.
But I've seen this dude.
I mean, that's just who I thought of.
He's
when-
like, I feel like he's like the current boyfriend in some like rom-com that she leaves because he's an
the
a-hole.
girl over his right shoulder, but our left on the screen, she was definitely the best friend in a teen movie that was a little bit more indie. She was into like the coffee house scene. She liked to play the acoustic
she was hipster
guitar.
for sure.
She went and got like a little small tattoo because she's a little rebellious.
Yep.
She doesn't like status quo. So, yeah, she's a little troubled, got a little something going on, although it's not really that bad, but in her mind, it's that bad. That's her.
The guy over his left shoulder, he never made it.
No clue who that guy is.
He never made it.
He never made it. This Mellow Yellow, that was it. for
He's a
him.
little knockoff David Arquette.
He got to
kinda.
keep those clothes though, which is
for sure he
pretty
did.
good.
For sure.
So I guess he
got
did
to
make
keep
it.
the clothes. Real quick on the way out, this is going to hurt your feelings,
Ooh.
Flynn. Hey Dude, the great TV show that we were talking about, it debuted July 14th of 1989.
Nice. Dude, what a banger of a show.
How
though.
old do you feel, though? And went through 1991.
I don't feel that old because I'm not 40.
Yet.
He did like next month.
He's got 21
Hey,
days.
I'm gonna rub it in. I'm gonna rub it in a lot.
He's got 3 weeks. All right, we will step away. We've got more of this, whatever this is, coming back your way on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com,
Come on, Flynn.
trashrangers.com. All right, Matt.
Tell him about Trash Rangers.
Now I'm gonna practice these live reads Sunday night about
He's going to be in
9:30.
the mirror. He's going to be sending us, hey, is this okay? Trash Rangers is always okay. 225-363-9053 is the phone number. But if you go to the website, you can sign up for residential and commercial service. Bottom right corner of the website, you can sign up for those roll-off dumpsters. T-Bob actually just had his last one. We're on a text thread, and he had like his third one, right? So they've done a great job bringing it in, bringing it out, and it is so easy. It's hassle-free for you, and it's going to be there like really like in the snap of a finger. That's what it was for T. It'll be there for you as well. But if you give them a call, again, that number is 225-363-9053, and just talk with them. Hey, here's what I have on my project at my home, at my business. What size dumpster do I need? They're going to know exactly what you need. They're going to have it there that day. Again, go to the website, trashrangers.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
I feel like I've been locked up tight for a century of lonely nights, waiting for someone to release me. You're licking your lips and blowing kisses my way, but that don't mean I'm gonna give it away, baby, baby, baby.
I've got to say, Alondra, one of your best days. One of your best days DJing back there. Not that you have bad days, but this is one of your best days.
There's some days where I'm like, I'm not hitting today.
I mean,
but
what's your worst day? Like an 8 out of 10, though?
I don't know. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually, I mean, she's typically 10 out of 10.
There's
This is an 11 out of 10, though.
elite.
I'll make a little playlist.
1999. You get home
Like early, yeah.
Oh, this is 99 for sure. You
Yeah.
get home from school. Let's see, I would have been 8th grade maybe. You get home from school. You get home, not in the fall because you had football practice, but in the spring you get home. You pop in either a Hot Pocket or some pizza rolls into the oven.
Bagel bites.
Bagel bites probably slapping. Maybe you make some, some toast with cheese on top.
Yeah.
You ever did that?
I like the
toaster oven.
Yeah.
I like the microwave nachos.
Those
Napoleon
were
Dynamite.
elite.
Oh, yeah.
That's very Napoleon Dynamite.
Those were elite, right? And you're watching Carson Daly and TRL.
Like what else is there?
And Genie in a Bottle. Probably number one. Maybe it got beat out by Britney or NSYNC or Backstreet, or maybe it was one of those LFO times where they had a banger. I don't know. But you were definitely enjoying it.
I watched a lot of TRL for sure. Like when I was watching TRL hardcore, Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, was like on a 150-week run or something like that at number one.
It was on a Cal Ripken type run.
It was on a Cal Ripken type run for sure. Then I also tuned into the, what is it? Is it the box? The box?
Yeah.
Where you could call in and give them your dad's credit card number and request them.
Well, actually, you didn't even have to do that. You could just, you'd hit whatever numbers for the song, and it would bill your phone bill.
Oh, perfect. Easy.
So, like, you didn't even have to get any
So there's no touch
information.
points.
Wait.
Right.
Perfect.
I feel like I kind of remember that.
I don't. You were born, but I don't know if you.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know. Wait,
I did it one time, and Joey, Easy Money was like,
Easy Money.
That money ain't easy. So stop calling them and requesting Country Grammar by Nelly, because we ain't balling like that.
Right. That's a
That
great
99
song.
cents that you keep.
Stop requesting Fastball.
Oh, that is definitely your speed.
God, fastball. What a hit.
Banger.
Country Grammar was great, though.
Country Grammar's.
Look, full disclosure, I had no idea what a Range Rover was before that song came out. Had no idea.
No.
Did you?
I still didn't after the song came out.
It says it in the song.
I know. I mean, I
You
got
gotta
the
watch
picture.
the-
but
you
I'm
gotta
not,
watch-
not,
you can't,
not
like-
like I saw one
You
and
gotta
Tyler
watch the
Travis
music
is
video
driving
for that one.
around.
Well, Earl Campbell might have been driving around. I don't know.
for sure. Tyler Rose and his Land Rover.
I mean, Nelly should get a little Range Rover royalties. They blew up after that song. Like honestly,
No
like
doubt, right?
that's the first song I heard it in. Then they were in movies. Then
Yeah.
every music video had them. Like
that's true.
Nelly was the first one I saw it in.
Nelly needs to come out with a new song with My High in it.
I mean, Range Rover's done well. Yeah, to your point.
DrinkMyHigh.com.
DrinkMyHigh.com. Hydrate. It's hot as hell.
Something about like he could be talking about partying the night before, woke up, need a My High.
Yeah,
Something like that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Flynn's gonna cold call him. Hey, Nell, you ever get like dehydrated?
Yeah. Who's the hot rapper these days?
You asking me? A guy that just waxed poetic about Christina Aguilera and Genie in a Bottle. You're gonna ask
Don't
me who's hot in
know.
the streets right now?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Is the Lil Baby still popular?
Drake,
No, little something. All
Kendrick
about
Lamar.
little.
Kendrick
Drake?
Lamar.
We can get Lil Wayne to do it.
Big X the Plug
Louisiana
is one that I
guy.
keep hearing.
Yeah, who
That I
is
actually
that?
know.
I heard that name.
I
the
know
first
like two
time.
songs by him.
Met Lil Wayne a bunch of times in Green Bay during our Super Bowl run.
Oh, he's a Packer fan?
Yeah, how did he become a Packers
not a
fan?
Saints
I don't know if this is the real story, but this was a story that was kind of circulating around the locker room at the time
'Cause he's
because
been-
like
he's
during
been a
our
Packers
Super
fan
Bowl
for
run, like
years.
he was in our locker room a lot in the tunnel. He made a song about like green and yellow about our Super Bowl run. So this was the version that we had circulating. It was that when he was a kid, he grew up in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
So he grew up in New Orleans, and he didn't
Right.
have. Well, I didn't know if I didn't want to say New Orleans, and it was like outside New Orleans or something like that. Didn't want to disrespect
It's all
anybody.
New Orleans. You're good.
But he needed a jacket as a kid, and they had like the jacket giveaways they do,
Yeah.
and someone gave him a Green Bay Packer jacket.
Gotcha.
That was a story I heard. I don't know if it's real.
Should have
Don't
gave
quote
him
me
a
on
Saints
that.
jacket.
But that's at least what a lot of the players thought at the time.
No, because I mean, he's been a Packers fan. I mean, for as long as he's been in the public eye.
Yep, for sure. And
best-
that song was a banger too. Green. So it was a play on the I guess the original song Black and Yellow.
Black and Yellow.
So it was
Black
Green
and
and Yellow.
Yellow,
Oh,
Black
it
and
was a
Yellow.
banger. Green and Yellow. Green and
Best starter jacket.
I got to give it to Chicago. Both of the teams, Bulls and Cubs.
Okay.
They were
in Shreveport. It was the Dolphins and the Charlotte Hornets.
Had a buddy
The colors pop. Yeah.
I had a buddy with a Florida State one too. That looked pretty. That was pretty nice.
I used to like the Viking one because when I was little, I was like, oh yeah, an LSU jacket. Like that's what I always thought of. Minnesota had a good one.
Starter jackets.
You could go on eBay and at one time, like the original Charlotte Hornet starter jacket was going for like $800. So if you had one of those and you kept it in good condition, yeah, and it didn't get stolen in middle school like most people's, at least the ones I knew.
Jake and I know a lot about mint condition right now. We're starting a third, fourth, fifth career. Sixth career.
We got a lot.
We started a
Got
new
lot,
hobby
yeah.
with sports trading cards. So we're going to get into that a little bit more when the show starts.
Yeah, I'm blaming you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to come up with something.
I'm blaming my
because-
son to start with.
So Matt, and we talked about this back, flestering with T-Bob one time. Like you and Huck, your son, you are, getting into cards, and now it's like getting him to learn players, know players, and it's a great way to connect. And my sons are kind of getting into cards as well. And you had a great idea. You're like, getting the numbered cards of yourself to like save and give them to your children because something we don't really think of, but it's kind of cool that we can get this numbered card and give it to our children, and they can have it, they can give it to theirs, whatever. So we kind of started. That's how it started, and then you got me into I don't even know all the terms because all these people that do the card world, it's like there's so many different terms, and they say it, and they're so sly with it, and breaks, and
Well, it's just like
and
it's
they
their
say
language, right?
whatever the card is, on the purple or on the red, and I'm like, is it valuable or not? I'm still getting there, but all the slang, I don't know the slang.
Yeah,
yet.
so it started a couple months for me, and so my son Huck, who's 9, he got into wanting to get some cards, different things. Like up until this year, or maybe it's been about 2 years now, he's really been into football. Like loves watching, knows the players, loves the teams, like loves to watch, loves to like make brackets with me and like take his Legos or stuff and make like color teams, like matchups when they're playing like against each other. So like we got into sports cards this year, and so like I took him to like break open some boxes and stuff, and I was like, he pulled a really cool like Ladd McConkey card. And the guys like that own the shop are like, oh, that's awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and he was like fired up about it. So it's been a really cool time, like to spend time with each other and do something together and like learn about it. And then I got the idea of like, all right, look, so we were going to do like a lemonade stand this summer. And so like you teach them about like cost of goods, here's the taxes, this is what, like this is profit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, we could do like something where I make the sports card kind of like his lemonade stand and like teach him about like here's the cost of a card, here's the value of it, here's like the taxes we paid on it. Like, why don't we try to resell some of these? Yeah. And like we make profit, we'll buy some more cards or what, whatever. So it's been kind of this cool little thing of like teaching them a little bit about the basics of, business and finances and blah, blah, blah. And it's like the perfect age for it because he understands it.
All right, so now you kind of got the collection. Now you got to start to try to sell and teach and like, hey, here's what we paid for this card.
Yeah, exactly. So I made a little spreadsheet.
Did you?
Yeah, I made a little spreadsheet.
You know me, like, so I'm going to do it with my sons. You know me, like, I'm just a total meathead. I'm going to have like the old like office yellow pad.
Oh, no doubt. For sure. The legal pad. But yeah, I've had to kind of learn all that, or starting to like that lingo that you're talking about. This is the color, this is the number, this is all this stuff. It's kind of wild
and, like,
because
slabs, and I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about?
I know.
Like, I get like what they're doing.
You got to bring in the slab that I got you. We got to put it up. We got to put it up on the desk.
What's slab mean?
That's the thing when it's graded. It's in the plastic.
Okay.
They call that the slab.
Okay.
Yeah. So when it's like a card is graded.
I'm gonna get there. I
what was that rookie? I got you. So that was a rookie out of like 20.
You got, I think it was, I don't remember the exact number, but it was out of 20. Yeah. I mean, it's a very cool card, one I didn't have. And so then I went and I got one for each of my children.
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
A graded card for each of my kids.
That's cool.
And, paid like $40 total for 5 cards.
Ooh, buddy. There's a market. There's a market out there for Jacob
Wasn't very
Hester.
hard. There's one I sent you out there. There's only one of one. And
hence the name.
This guy is this guy is all, like wanting $500 of me. I'm like, there is not, my mother wouldn't give $500 for that card. Like, my guy, you are not getting $500 for that card.
Me. I am probably the only person that would pay us any significant amount of money. And I'm not paying that.
I offered him $100. I'm like, I'll give you $100.
The one I bought you was
you should
like,
have just pulled an OJ and stolen your own memorabilia.
That's true.
Yeah, that is a good point.
But I don't want to go to prison. I've told y'all that.
Or file a claim that he stole it.
Well, or just,
I like that. It was mine. It's
listen,
me.
You avoid prison.
Can't prove that he didn't steal that.
You've
from
been
at some
sitting
point.
on that card since
for a minute.
It's a rookie.
A minute.
So 15 years, at least. Minimum 15 years.
You can take the $100 now, invest it.
Yeah. Or you can just sit there on eBay and not get 500.
Yep.
I got to see if your autographed jersey is still at that shop in Denham. I was talking about.
Sweet. Yeah,
I don't know if it's still there.
Try to negotiate.
It's for
we
sale.
can try to get it.
It's for sale?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely still there.
That card. So that card I bought you.
Well, it was right next to a Shaq one. So.
He had it for sale for like pretty decent price, like pretty high price. And I messaged the guy. I was like, hey, dude. Buddies with him, going to his birthday party next week.
Did you really?
I was like, will you take this? And he's like, sure.
You haggled?
He's like, yeah, man, you're a good friend. Sure. Haggled with him.
How much did he want?
He wanted $200 for it.
$200? Not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Although that was dumb.
Lowballed him though. Lowball stole that thing.
There's a combo card of us. Now I'm the only one that signed it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen
I
this
do.
one.
I got to say.
And you didn't sign
Little teaser. I got a card I'm bringing in Monday.
Okay.
I don't know. We're going to maybe have to like find a place on this desk for it.
Okay. Oh, we can look.
I'm pretty fired up that I found
move
it.
whatever we want.
There's some things that we can certainly get rid of.
Yeah.
Can we like frame it and then put the frame on the desk?
Yeah.
Actually, let's just do this. Okay, we can bring in like a card a piece or something and put them right in front of our beautiful Dos Equis right there.
Ooh, beautiful. ice cold
Mexican
lager.
That's the only read that you're going to be able to do?
Yeah. So I was reading the chat, and Nookie in the chat said, "Yeah, Flynn's going to go all Austin Bain on us during the live read." Oh. Our guy.
Oh my gosh, we love him.
Thanks, Uncle Jake.
Okay, some of you were there, some of you were not, but some of you were. So Austin Bain, great baseball player, was in the weekend rotation as a freshman, then people counted him out, and he comes back and he's playing first base, led the SEC in doubles. Great dude. Really enjoyed him being on the show with us, and we're related through marriage, so that was always fun. And we started calling each other Cousin Jake, Cousin Austin, whatever. But he was on with us weekly, yeah,
for a while.
And he was working at the time for Ladder and Bloom, and so they were like, "Hey, you're there. We want to buy a spot, and you're gonna do this live read." And my God, I felt so bad every time he had to do it. It was so nerve-wracking for him. I'd look over, and you could tell he knew I was about to go to break, and he'd start changing his seat in his chair, and he'd start sitting up a little bit, and he'd get himself hyped up, and I tried to help him out. I tried to get the first 15 seconds of a little bit of fluff to build him into 45 seconds of good hard facts. I throw it to him. He said, "Hey, thanks, Cousin Jake." Then he'd go into it.
Our guy.
And my gosh, man.
Look, why can you talk on the radio but you can't do a live read?
Alondra, you would be blown away with the amount of people that I work with on a national level at SiriusXM that if they had to do that, they'd panic.
Look,
I have co-hosts that I work with that, can do any show, any conference, whatever. If you said, "Hey, you got to bring it back in from break," they'd be like, not doing it.
That is so I feel like bringing it back into break.
I know, but that is if I asked you to bring it back from break, you would not like that right now.
I'd bring the heck out of it.
Okay. When we come back, Matt Flynn's going to bring in.
I want to preface something here. These live reads, I get it. That's the only part of this thing I'm a little bit nervous about.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So I don't understand. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's but I'm gonna crush it.
Yeah,
maybe not at
you're gonna
first.
crush it.
So maybe we should do something in the segments next week. It's rank my live read.
Okay.
After we come back,
Okay.
give me a 2, give me a 4.
I got you.
Give me 10. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can improve that ranking over
I'll
the
grade
summer.
'em.
All right. When we come back, Matt Flynn's going to bring us back in here on OTB.
Off the bench.
You want to do anything for All-Star, or you want me to handle it?
All-Star Toyota?
Yeah.
The amazing car company?
Yeah.
That sells the Toyotas?
Yeah.
They're great.
Give me one.
You got it,
Toyota.
Cousin Jake.
All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. Buying new, leasing, or renting, everything is available. If you want a midsize SUV, multiple options. They got the full-size Sequoia. They've got the minivan, the Sienna. If you want it murdered out, they can do that for you. They got the Tundra, Tacoma. If you're looking for a truck, multiple options there as well. Not going to find that anywhere else. Sedans, hybrids, you name it, they have it. And the best part about All-Star is they have it when you're buying new. And you can say, obviously, everybody's going to have that. That's not really the case, but yeah, sure. But leasing, a lot of times you have maybe one option in each category. Everything's available. Renting, you might have maybe 3 options total. Not the case over at All-Star. Everything that they offer new, everything they offer in the leasing department is also available in the rental department. All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Luba Workers' Comp, Our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luva, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
I'm going down, baby. Your street in the rain. Come on. Boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go. Shimmy, go up. Listen to it clap. Light it up and take a puff. That's the team now. I'm going down, baby. Your street in the rain. Boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go. Shimmy, go up. Listen to it clap. Light it up and take a puff. That's the team now. You can find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs, smoking on clubs, blowing up like double buzz, sipping bug.
Are we back? We're back. All right, welcome back. Off the Bench, a.k.a. OTB. What are we? This is our third segment? We're kind of late, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little late. Did y'all hear? LSU's got a baseball game tonight.
Anything else?
I did hear, and it's today.
I know, I'm excited about it. We figure out who's pitching yet?
Hey,
how'd I do?
You told us who's
That was like
pitching.
a 4. That was a 4.
That's like a 4. Who do you think's going to pitch for LSU there?
Hold on, let me see who I texted yesterday. What was his name? Chase Shores.
Okay, Chase Shores is starting tonight.
Chase is starting on the bump tonight?
Yeah, he's starting tonight.
2 o'clock?
It ain't no guess. It's what it's going to be.
That's who you
today,
think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to be Kate Anderson?
No.
No, you think it'll be Chase Shores?
I told you because, like, it's not that hard. Like, coaching's not that hard. People make it out to be too hard. Little Rock, they stink. Okay? So just Chase Shores. Actually, I don't know. Do they stink?
If it is some, they're on a hot streak. Like they actually
There
have
you
a
go.
losing record, but they won their conference tournament a little healthier.
Hasn't started since what? When's the last time Chase Shores
It was
started?
before
I think Oklahoma,
Tennessee
maybe?
Before Tennessee, yeah. Oklahoma, probably.
Or saving them up.
Yeah.
I actually, when y'all asked that, I went and I looked at the stats.
Yeah.
I think he's got like the 3rd or 4th most starts, right, on the team?
Yeah, because
Probably
he was the
Sunday guy for a while.
He was the Sunday guy for the first 5 weeks.
I mean, I don't think there's in any way that's going to happen, but if it does, I will celebrate you, sir, and I will say I was wrong.
What you do, let me teach you a little bit about this business. You just make a lot of predictions.
Yeah.
You get you celebrate the ones you get right. Like when I obviously predicted with 100% confidence that Joe Burrow would win the Heisman.
You did do that. That is something you did based off a tire wrestling video before he really even committed to LSU. He was just thought to maybe commit to LSU, and you did say that. I give you a lot of credit. But I will say this.
People don't like to think about that.
In our
They don't like to
business,
talk
it
about
happens far too often where people in our seats, the hosting chairs, only champion when they were right.
Sure.
And they say, I told you so, look at this, aha, point. But they never admit when they were wrong. Never, ever, ever. It's just like, that didn't happen. But that time I was right. So now T-Bob, not that he didn't want to do it, but like T-Bob wasn't big on like guest or like segments.
Like
really.
like daily or weekly
Daily, like it
segments,
just, you know, and look, everybody to each their own. He did it a different way, and he did a great job, obviously. And so we kind of rolled with it. I do like enjoy having guests on. I enjoy having segments. And so like, it's just one thing that we haven't done, but overall on my Sirius XM show, and Tay and I and Alondra have done this a couple of times when T-Bob's been out. We have a segment, right, wrong, and indifferent.
I like that.
And it's on Mondays because, okay, what did we get right? Like, what did we get right over the weekend?
Sure.
But also, what did we get wrong?
Right.
Like, where did we miss? Because I think that's important. Like, you've got, like, if you want to champion when you were right, you have got to own to your losses. And there's going to be things that you get wrong. And then, like, what still, like, the indifference, like, what still lives in the gray area a little bit where, like, you thought maybe this could play out and it did, but you didn't feel uber confident about it, but it did. So you have that category as well. But, man, I am a full believer. Like, you have to be transparent and be like, hey, I missed that. Here's what I thought was going to happen, but here's how it actually played out.
Yeah, I can see your point there. I just want to celebrate the victories, really.
So you're every other person
Actually,
that's
you know
ever
what?
been in those.
Well, it's like, I don't want to focus on the
I
negative.
think we should keep some stats here. I think, like, if we make a prediction on
Winning
air,
percentage.
like
Like your
mark it
winning
down,
percentage, yeah.
count it, put it towards my record.
Okay.
And then, like, end of the year, what's your record on your takes, your hot takes? But you also, it's like gambling. Like, Chase Shores, what's that going to be? That's probably plus 1,200. Like, I should get extra points.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
we could
I don't
keep,
know.
we could
I
keep
shouldn't just
right,
get
wrong,
one
and
point.
indifferent. Me and Alondra will each pick it indifferent. Jake will be what he got wrong. You
Sure.
can just be like, here's what I got right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if people are understanding what's going to be happening. Like, we like competitions. So,
True. True.
Very much so.
yeah, and we're going to call each other out on it for
I think
sure.
we're like all
look,
competitive in here.
right, wrong, and different. Like, I was pretty harsh on Jaden Daniels when he was first at LSU.
Pretty hard?
Probably, yeah.
Probably the hardest.
Hey,
Probably the
look,
hardest because
you
I
know,
saw the potential.
There's a lot
Credit
of
to
people
myself.
that
I've
say-
seen that potential.
No.
But good,
No.
good on you for
zone.
admitting
This
that.
man was
Yeah.
hard.
I was too, and there's a lot of people that are like, I knew since day one. There's
No, they
a lot
didn't.
of people
No,
that were
you
like
didn't.
you. Yeah.
Because the mechanics weren't
Nope.
great,
You're right.
and he couldn't get past the first or second read. But he made the biggest and the greatest and the fastest jump of a quarterback I've ever seen. Like, he had great moments, even when, like, he wasn't playing the quarterback position real well. But, like, the jump he made, good Lord. But, like, when he was first here, I was like, mechanics aren't great. He's doesn't throw a spiral a lot. And
he fixed all that.
He fixed all of it.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. So credit to myself.
Send
guys.
us
Credit to me.
Send us a break.
Send us a break. Oh, we're going to go to break now.
Yeah.
Got one more segment left. It's going to be a shorty.
That's
Off the bench.
I'll get better. We'll get better at that. Don't worry.
No, I'm fine. I've been doing this for years.
We're going to change it up, buddy.
You want to tell them about Central Plumbing?
Bud.
Buddy's worse than Bud. Tell them about Central Plumbing.
Central Plumbing? Well, look, we started using Central Plumbing like 4 years ago when y'all were doing reads for him. I texted T-Bob and said, hey, I need the number because I got a factory I'm building over in North Baton Rouge.
Yep.
They've been doing plumbing for us ever since. Killing it.
Pretty good.
Getting all them. Yeah.
It's called a testimonial of a past client.
Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called. That's what it is.
We can do everything.
CentralPlumbing.org, 225-925-8552 is probably the number Flynn called. Actually, he probably went straight to the top. But you can call that number and you can get to the top, 225-925-8552. Again, 24/7, 365 weekend, holiday, game day. Does not matter. They'll be there for you. Not only in Central, do not allow the name to fool you. Of course, in Central, but the entire greater Baton Rouge area, we are talking to you. Go to the website today to see what they can do for you, centralplumbing.org.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Luba Workers' Comp, Our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luva, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
Way I wanted to, what I had to do, had to run from you. I'm in love with you, but the vibe is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know it yet.
All right, sorry. I mean, we have like a minute left.
Is Spitty?
Oh my God. I mean,
I wish it was. He's like the mayor of Shreveport, basically.
Hey guys,
now.
welcome back to OTB.
Yeah.
Jacob Hester, Matt Flynn here, sitting in the host chairs. That's all I got. What else do you say? What other filler
Ask the
words do
bench.
you say?
Our last segment every single day is Ask the Bench.
Okay, got it.
And so, like, I was bad on clock management.
Sure. Terrible.
Again.
The T-Bob runs deep in you.
Well, you know who I was molded by, Coach Miles. Love my guy. And he might get into the College Football Hall of Fame now, which I'd love to have that conversation on Monday. We've got a big show planned for you Monday.
Ooh, big week.
We're going to have big guests on Monday. It's like a welcome Flynn show. I know Jimbo Fisher's already confirmed for the show. Excited about that. We're going to give Jimbo like one question. He's going to run with it. Can't wait for that.
Pretty easy interview.
Can you bring one guest to the show, though, please?
I'm trying.
No. I don't need you to try. All right, turn Love Lockdown up a little bit in the show.
Well, I got some ideas just burning through my skull right now.
Monday, official day.
Off the bench. Let's go.
Off the Bench.
You bet. Like, bring one value to the show on Monday.
Nope.
K to Z, KTOZBlinds.com. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Been doing it since 2004. It's the same amount of time I've had to put up with Matt Flynn, so it's a long time. They've been doing it for a long time. They've been in this business.
Half a lifetime.
Right? Interior. Ow, that kind of hurt. Interior and outdoor space. They can help you out. They've done it for me. They will do it for you. Now, they can do something as simple as like, hey, you need a Roman shade in your kitchen for privacy. They've done that for me as well. But if you're looking to go to the next level, you want that outdoor space to change, get that motorized screen. I mean, you push one button, it goes down, it changes the entire temperature of not only that space, but even your living room, like it has for me. It takes the glare off the TV. Just an incredible product that they have. KTOZBlinds.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and